kits,
bubble screens,
draw plays,
slant patterns,
the cover twos,
nickel defenses,
zone blitzes,
spies,
edge rush,
and Mike linebackers.
It's NFL football.
And it's coming back exclusively to The Fanatic.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy, oh boy. That's whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
Stream all your favorites with the Disney Bundle.
What did you expect?
Disney Plus has Loki and Luca. Hulu has originals like Summer of Soul and Love Victor. And ESPN Plus has exciting UFC matchups and new episodes of Stephen A's World. Sign up at DisneyPlus.com and get the Disney Bundle for $13.99 a month. Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. Get the Disney Bundle today. Includes Hulu ad-supported plan. Terms apply. See DisneyPlus.com for details.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and have kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Arizona Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the Ninth Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers strike back.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Jeffrey O'Brien alongside Randy White. We got Phil in there pushing the buttons. You guys.
The Daily Blender, and it's an official parking
Oh,
spot.
no. They don't get parked. No,
There
it
we
doesn't
go.
get parked till 6 p.m.
There we go.
We keep flying till 6, my
Clear.
friend.
You are clear, my friend.
I'm just taking off. I'll park this thing later. Right now, it's.
All right.
I believe I can fly. I
Well,
believe I
okay.
can touch the
All right.
sky. I believe I can pee on people and not get arrested. That's the way that song goes, right? 888-368-1580. Thunder
Don't think
Snows
that's the way it is.
says, good afternoon, gentlemen. And Phil, Hefty Lefty says, look at Randy there with the air traffic control moves. Nicely done. There you go. That's is that
See
all they
that?
do? That's just
Yeah.
that? I could do that. Look at that.
Well, now I've never been
in
on
the
an
wrists.
I've never been on an aircraft carrier except the Midway over in the harbor there. But I always want to be that guy that's out there under the jet, you know,
Right,
that's
with
checking
the
everything,
flashlights and stuff.
and he's doing all this business, and then all of a sudden he kneels down and he goes, bam, and the guy shoots him, and there he goes. I think that'd be so fun.
I'd rather be the pilot. I think that'd be more fun than just sitting there with the flashlights. You know, expressive, like doing an interpretive dance out there.
No, man, he's getting him all set up. He's checking all the last second. Maybe some of our former Navy guys or current Navy guys can get on the The old text line to tell me what that guy is.
What they call the guy?
Yeah, what I want to be that. He wears that.
Yeah.
He wears that cool helmet,
Right.
With the damn
headset.
goggles on there and the
Mhm.
headset and everything, and all of a sudden he kneels down and he
Yeah.
points like
Yeah.
that.
That's a
And
flashlight
the jet
guy.
takes off, man.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm right. The technological term in the Navy for that is a flashlight guy.
No, it's not. It's not it.
Agree
He
to
has
dis-
a
agree to disagree.
technical. Okay, all right. Agree to disagree.
I'm pretty sure I'm right. Flashlight
No.
guy. Because or if it's a naughty boat, flashlight guy. Uh-oh. That was
Hey.
Ooh.
You can see what kind of a day it's going to be here.
Blissful Hayes says, good afternoon, Blender and Fourth Dimension. Will Barstool Sports continue to sponsor the Arizona Bowl after Pima County officials said they'd stop funding the bowl game due to controversial statements made by the owner of Barstool? Doo-doo.
He said doo-doo.
I know he said the doo-doo. Will they? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't hang out with David Portnoy. He kind of seems like a douche, if we're honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Is he blinded by the light?
Wrapped up, yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea, Blissful Hayes. And well, your guess is as good as mine. And since it happens south of the border in Tucson, I don't care. Hefty Lefty says, haters want to hate, lovers want to love. I don't really want none of the above. And I can't, yeah, it's the old Dave Chappelle thing there. 888-368-1580. All right, so there's some stuff that's been happening. And the first thing that we have to talk about is going to take us into a conversation about the NBA. And Phil, you guys lost your scrotum. Your scrotum's gone.
What?
Finally.
The Lakers scrotum is gone. That's right. Dennis Scrotum has agreed to a 1-year, $5.9 million deal. Ooh. Just to give you an idea on how being a Laker or a Laker fan makes you dumb as hell. He had originally turned down an $80 million extension offer from the Lakers and said, no, I think I can do better. And then he did not do better. $5.9 million for 1 year versus $80 million for a few years. Forgive me if I'm wrong on the math, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, he's never going. No, that adds up. He is never going to make that back. 4 years, $84 million was offered to him mid-season. He didn't want it, and let's just say he did not have a good second half to the season, including, of course, when the Lakers got unceremoniously kicked out of the playoffs, having a 0-point game.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a 0-point game, playing his regular minutes, 0 for 9 from the floor, and still managed to get 0 points. Good riddance. Good luck. Hasta la vista. No baby.
I gotta be honest though, that guy was pesky, and sometimes he'd get on a hot streak, and he was pretty damn good shooter there. I guess, but like you said, not enough, and not what I guess he's supposed to have done.
His first introduction into Lakerland, he got traded for Danny Green and a first-round pick. His first introduction is, I'm a starter, and I want to be the starting point guard. With an MVP caliber level point guard playing LeBron James, his first words are, oh, move out of the way, old man. I'm coming. Old Denny Schroeder's going to save the day.
So he got 15.4 points, 5.8 assists in 61 games. All of those were starts for the Lakers.
Yes, they were.
And then, of course, he misses 11 days during the season there because he got the COVID, because he and LeBron were the only two players who would not get vaccinated. And now, I guess LeBron got vaccinated. Scrotum still not vaccinated. And then, like you said, the second half didn't do that great. And he didn't do that great during the playoffs. But listen, I go back to the math. On one hand, you can have $80 million. On the other hand, you can go to Boston and get 5.9.
Yeah.
Take a moment if you want to think about. No, he took the 5.9. Okay.
He took the 5 point.
Math is not a strong suit. Where did he go to college? Because I just want to make sure I never tell anyone to go there.
Well, there hasn't been any news that he's fired his agent, meaning it has to mean
his decision.
It has to mean that he was the one who turned down the extension. It has to mean
what
that.
Was he thinking? Like, oh, I'm so awesome that they'll offer me more money once we win the championship.
Yes, they had. He had to have been thinking that for some reason, because he was a tremendous six man. Right. Remember, he was on OKC with Chris Paul. Chris Paul started. Dennis Schroeder came off the bench. Dennis Schroeder was the one who came off the bench and was a tremendous six man, a perennial 6-man contender, if not an outright winner. And he excelled in that role coming off the bench. And for some reason, he wanted starters' money, so he demanded starters' minutes, and thus we ran into issues for Lakerland.
Well, not my problem. No es mi chongo, as they say. And, well, sorry for your Lakers loss, but now Dennis Schroeder is, or maybe he just like, these guys are such jerks. No, you can't even pay me $80 million to stay. I'll go over to Boston where I have to risk racism every time I leave the arena and take that $5.9 million, just because I hate LeBron that much.
Well, I have an answer here. Dennis Schroeder is actually a German player, German-born player.
Schroeder.
Does he talk like that? I've never heard him talk.
Oh, he's from Brunswick, Germany.
Where they make the bowling ball pins.
Yeah.
Do they really?
That would explain some of this math faux pas. He's from Germany.
They're bad at math? I didn't know they were bad at math.
Well, they're great engineers, but they're horrible at math.
That makes sense. Well, whatever the case, Scrotum is now on another team, so I'll stop calling him that because he's not a Laker. So I got no beef with him anymore, other than what a moron. Also, Russell Westbrook, he's extremely thrilled. He's very happy. He's like he used to be a Laker fan when he was a kid. He lives there in California. I bought a car from him in California. So he has ties to that community, and he's just like, listen, give me some money, and here we go. Let's do this. So he seems very happy, which is weird to see. Russell Westbrook.
It's weird to see a happy face on his face, right?
It's
used to the mean mug. You're used to the mean mug and just the irritation. So to see him smiling is unusual.
Yeah, there's like something is about to go wrong because that dude ain't supposed to ever smile. But anyway, he's there and he's happy and he's good to go. And enjoy your next 8 championships there, Phil, because Russell Westbrook in a Laker uniform guarantees you back to back championships.
Yeah, the West simply got harder because Westbrook ended up as a Laker.
Wait, I wasn't done. To back championships.
Yeah.
I feel strong about them making the Western Conference Finals. After that, it'll all be, how did you put it? Whiskers and gravy?
I don't know. I don't. I mean, Russell Westbrook, he's not one of those guys. He's not one of those typical superstars where he's got his attitude. He's got his swagger. He's got his style, but he's not going to be one of those guys going out when you shouldn't be going out, getting into a room full of people, potentially contracting the COVID. He's a professional basketball player. That's all he wanted to do. And now he's got an opportunity to win some championships with the Los Angeles Lakers, at least while LeBron James is still around. Who knows how long he's going to stick around, but at least while Bronny is there, Westbrook has the best opportunity of his entire career.
Can I just say that I was sarcastic when I said back to back?
Randy took it. He
Yeah,
ran with it.
I'm not even in the least bit serious that Russell Westbrook on that team is going to be a chemistry killer.
I don't know.
Unless it's a formula where LeBron's hanging around doing nothing and Westbrook keeps them in the, keeps them out of the play-in game by winning games for the Lakers. I just don't understand this whole situation with them. So
listen, it gives them a whole new opportunity to continue to win games, even when LeBron is off with his injuries. When Anthony Davis. The brow is out with his injuries, you still got Westbrook. He's still a pretty solid, reliable basketball player, and you've added Melo, Anthony to this lineup. You've gotten rid of the German Schroeder.
I was going to shoot over here for less money.
Yeah.
I know you don't understand it, but it makes sense to me.
So I believe
we've just lost Randy White right in the middle of his thought process. Okay. I was going to say about the Lakers. Yeah, poor Randy he was just still talking on the video. Just see he was going. Now he knows. He's very sad. It's a very sad Randy White. The Lakers, let me ask you a question here about the Russell Westbrook. This is what I was trying to get to. Is he changed? Meaning Russell Westbrook is, not a guy who likes to pass. He's got a little bit of that Kobe Bryant in him at least. And in fact, when Westbrook would pass the ball to somebody and then they'd shoot the ball and make it, he'd give him a look like, you're supposed to pass that back to me. He's that kind of player. Or has he evolved? Is he still that guy trying to do the hero ball, or has he matured as a player? Because I really didn't pay that much attention to him last season.
Yeah, if you look back at the past 2 seasons, because of course, when he was in OKC Thunder, he was a machine unto himself. He was in MVP form. He ran that team. He ran that organization the way that he wanted to in order to ensure that he would get an MVP and MVP-like status. But once he left for Houston was his first stop away from OKC. I saw that in the first part of the season, they did not gel well. In the second half, he wasn't taking those easy shots from the perimeter, from outside of in the mid-range game that defenses would give him. If you even look back to last season with the Wizards, his domination of the basketball was down to its lowest point that it has been in his season. It's still high, but it was lower than what it was. If that trajectory continues going forward, then there's a shot that this works, and that overwhelming talent that he does possess will be to the boon of the team. It's just a major question.
So you're saying he was heading in the right direction in his evolution as a basketball player.
He was, yes.
But not sure if it's going to be exactly what the doctor ordered for the Lakers. 888-368-1580. Boomer Sooner says, hump day. Here in the Valley. I was looking through the internet, and some of the people there just say they're fantasy football experts, and I think most of them are full of crap. What do you think, Jeffrey? I tend to not really pay attention to fantasy football experts online, so I don't know who you were looking at or what you were even reading there, but I know that our guy Russ Bliss, he is the real deal, and he'll be joining us on Thursdays to give you some fantasy football advice. But you know, a lot of it is just use your common sense out there, you know, and you go ahead and read those articles, and one guy's going to say one thing, another guy's going to say another. Just take it with a grain of salt and just use your own instincts when you're playing, and trust our guy Russ Bliss, because seriously, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure my wife likes his show better than mine.
I used to run a show. He runs a good show.
Yeah, he does. So he'll be joining us and giving you guys all the advice you can text in when the season starts. I'll try to get him a couple weeks, maybe next week we'll get him there before the draft. Maybe he has some draft advice. Mr. Pringle says, so Dennis Scrotum there took a $34 million pay cut just to get away from LeBron. Sounds about right to me.
Wait a minute. If he passed up $84 million and he's only getting $5 million, wouldn't that be a lot more?
I'm not arguing with Mr. Pringle's math, because we don't do math anyway. So I'm not going to challenge him. He may have an abacus there in front of him, and he knows something I don't.
But if you can't see, how can you use an abacus?
Yeah,
because technically, according to him, a $34 million pay cut to the $6 million right there, that would mean he was $40 million. So you're $40 million short, Mr. Pringle.
44, if we're going to be exact.
Just saying. Thunder Snow.
That's that ASU math that Phil's got going there.
Thunder Snow understands. He says, listen, getting your scrotum vaccinated, that's got to be painful. Just the Tip says, how are you now? I've been rewatching the Letterkenny, and my goodness, that first episode is one of the funniest single episodes anywhere. Let's watch in style. Randy, ice cold puppers, please, with a Gus and Bruce shooter. Please and thank you. Yeah, that is one of the few shows that I think is absolutely rewatchable, because it's just always just joke, bam, 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 just constantly pretty good. And a couple of bummer episodes here and there, but for the most part, I'm still liking the show. Blissful Hayes says Russell Westbrook sells ties in the Los Angeles area. Ties? What are you talking about? I said car. I bought a car from him. What are you talking about, ties?
There's no ties in basketball.
Not when you race me with that car. Licky Lips Johnson says everybody knows the Lakers are winning the championship. In discussion. Well, that's why there's no sports talk radio in LA.
Wow.
They always just say the same thing. In a discussion. Well, what are you going to talk about? Well, not Space Jam. That's for damn sure.
He has a lot of confidence that I need to see on the court before I'm willing to go that far.
Fifth letter says, Jeffrey, you said the same thing about Chris Paul going to the Suns, and man, were you wrong? No, I didn't. I never said that about Chris Paul.
You never said a chemistry issue.
You didn't say chemistry issue, but you were a bit a wait and see attitude with Chris Paul.
Yeah, I mean, I never said the same kind of stuff, but I listen. I admit it. I was wrong about him. I was more worried about the way he interacted with the refs and his demeanor, but I had no idea he was such a good team guy. And, so yeah, I took my lumps on that. I'm not like every other sports talk show host in the Valley. If I'm wrong, I'm going to admit it. I'm wrong.
Were you wrong? He got hurt in the finals. I
wasn't wrong about the injury concern, but I was absolutely wrong about how he is
his impact.
With the locker room. And I didn't think he'd give a crap about helping out these younger guys. I was totally flipping wrong about that. I'm thrilled with what Chris Paul became. Now, I still think he's going to be a great presence, but I still think the Phoenix Suns still need one more piece. Yes. One more piece, and then you'll be good to go. I don't know what that piece is yet, but we'll see. Let's see. Fifth letter says, yeah, he'll evolve into a role player. He knows exactly who he's playing with. That's right. LeBron James is running the show, GM, coach, and player. So just do what LeBron says, and you'll probably make a lot of money. Box of Screws says Westbrook might do the heavy lifting for LA next year, but they're an injury to LeBaby or LeBrow away from just still being a 500 team.
Isn't any team? Can't you say that about most any other team? They lose their major star and they're just a 500 team.
We lost our major star in the playoffs, and we're still able to get by
for
a few games. Well, listen, you do what you got to do. Fish Tank says, hopefully we can all agree that the Lakers roster is the most hated roster in basketball. You could maybe attempt to argue the Nets, but Westbrook, Braun, Howard, Melo, that's quite a line of people people who've been a pain in the ass for a number of reasons.
I don't know. It's the all ass squad in Los Angeles. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Howard
ass squad.
Howard and Melo have really revamped their image. They've gone down. Melo and Dwight Howard. They both have different personas.
Well, being elderly does that to you. You change.
And they're both role players. They know they're not starters. They're just part players.
Angry man, and things have changed since Gertrude left me. I think I can muster it up and be a good player with LeBron. Well, thank you, Mello. Large Mart says, I would have fired my agent even if it was my decision. Said, oh, that guy screwed me, just so you guys wouldn't make fun of me. Good point. Schroeder should be blaming his agent, even if it was his problem. Rob says, afternoon, guys. The guy in the Lakers took the pay cut. Boy, does he need a drug test.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't have a van pull up to his house with a vial and some gloves, I don't know what they're thinking.
Sometimes the best deals made are the ones that you don't make at all.
King Kitten says, I like Brockmeyer. I watched an episode of that and there was a lot going on. I was like, I don't feel like I can watch this with my wife.
The first episode is so funny.
There is a lot going on Brockmeyer.
The first 5 minutes are some of the funniest minutes on all of television. That is hilarious.
It was pretty good. I need to go back to that. Thanks for reminding me, King.
And then I walked back and I saw my entire family in what can only be described as a NASA spacesuit.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Licky Lips Johnson says, why isn't anybody talking about the Suns? Because that's right. You guys suck. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Okay.
Did you say popping?
Yeah, we ain't popping. I guess we ain't popping there, Randy.
You're not there in the morning.
What the hell does that mean, popping?
I don't know, but I know that the Phoenix Suns were popping into the finals when the Lakers were sitting there in Cancun. So, Chamoy says, I hope the Lakers take load management serious.
Yeah.
They always will.
Yeah.
Brockmeyer is excellent the first 2 seasons, says Aiton's Army. And then my mouse stops working and I can't click on anything on the checks line now. So, we might as well take a break. We will take a break. I will get a battery in this wireless mouse thing, and we come back. A little more NBA for you. Also, you're going to love the man of the day. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Your favorite radio station.
And now you're up to date on the news. Stand by for weather and traffic right after this.
It wakes you up, starts your day, and keeps you informed as well as entertained.
You guys are absolutely the best.
How do you like to work here?
At The Fanatic, we're looking for commissioned sales reps to knock on doors, set up appointments, and extol the benefits of advertising with your favorite radio station. Send your resume to jobs at 1580thefanatic.com.
Among successful enterprises, there is one key factor that drives profitability.
We'll have it for you in the next 3 days.
Reputation. What do you do if just hours before delivery, the electrical grid that powers your office is taken out? If you already have generator backup, you make that deadline.
Emergency power you can control. Gentech is a nationwide leader in power generation sales, rentals, and services. Headquartered right here in Arizona with 24/7 emergency response. Gentech is a full-service power generation company specializing in gaseous and diesel generators. Gentech also provides solutions for the rental industry and power distribution. We've all experienced it. The grid will go down. Be prepared. Call Gentech at 800-625-8324. That's 800-625-8324. Or go to gentechusa.com. That's Gentech, Gentech, 800-625-8324.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmbdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmbdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, congratulations. You have the opportunity to hear us all the time. There is this thing called the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app. You can download it at 1580thefanatic.com or wherever you get your smartphone apps. This little beauty works like a charm too, so you never miss out on a moment of the Fanatic. And best of all, it's FREE free. Don't miss out on this offer. Get your own 1580 The Fanatic Sports app today. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your new summer home for sports.
Today, the Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports, and you have to appreciate when the younger generation can connect to the past generations of NFL. And what I'm talking about is my son, he just started practicing in pads, and he's in 8th grade. And he pulled a practice jersey. Yeah, it's just one of those things where you pull him out of there, and he spies number 43, and he goes, Palomalu. And he grabs his jersey and he puts it on, even though he's practicing as a wide receiver right now. He's still just like, 43, that's Palomalu. So, he appreciates, the classics on there. So that warmed the cockles of my heart to hear that. So, and also, boy, he's looking big in his pads. For an 8th grader, my son has had a ridiculous growth spurt, which is going to give him a huge advantage as a wide receiver. So we'll see how it goes. And he's very excited to play football and basketball this year. So I'm just saying, it was kind of nice when he was all excited about Troy Palomalu's number.
That's nice. Everybody's got their heroes, man. That's cool.
Yeah, and the thing I don't like to say publicly too often is he also is a Broncos fan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he also can kick my ass.
Oh, he could totally kick your ass upstairs and downstairs. One arm tied behind his back. Absolutely.
Has the passing of the torch happened yet?
What do you mean?
Within your house? There's always that moment whenever you're playing pickup basketball, whenever you're throwing catch, something happens to where it's when you realize that the son is more physically fit than the dad.
My son, my oldest son, who was a Marine, and I can say it now because so many years past, he was also part of the guard detail for Obama. He spent 5 years in the Marine, in the Marines and stuff. And now he's moved on. He's working and he's going to get his doctorate and be a college professor for history. So he's very young, but he's also like one of those Doogie Howser genius types. But this is a kid who is huge now. He's a couple inches bigger than me. Randy's met him. He looks like a Harley Davidson riding,
biker.
Crazy man.
Yeah, I think I've seen him with a beard.
You right. But that said, I could still make him flinch. So, no, there is no passing of the torch. The only place the torch has been passed between me and my sons is video games. There, I'm just like, come on, guys, wait up. I'm that guy playing video games or like get on the Call of Duty, and I'm like, can somebody come revive me? In real life, we go out and play paintball out in a field or something. I'm owning everybody, going 8 bleep on you. But on the computer games, the video games, I don't know what it is. I just can't seem to get the thumb thing going there. But
You're the guy during paintball, whenever they're explaining the rules and they show you, and this button shoots, you shoot somebody. don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Usually the fattest kid I can find. Because it's not going to hurt as much. Or, depending on where I shoot them, even more. Anyway, so no, there's been no passing of the torch. And right before my son went in the Marines, thank God I still had that speed at that time. He's like, Dad, I could beat you in a race. All right, let's go. Boom, went down to the parking lot and I just destroyed him. And it's always been stuck in his head that, he'll flinch. So, I don't do that anymore. He can kill me.
But you can pull that wrench out of the bag.
Yes, if I need to. And in fact, it was even after he was done in the Marines, I kind of went like that at him. He was like, I was like, still got it. Anybody else, he just would have killed instantly. Anyway, so I don't know how we got on that. Oh, yeah, Palomalu, football. Boy, I can't wait. Football starting. Let's clean up the text line here, and then we'll get back up on it. Aiton's Army says Brockmeyer is excellent for the first 2 seasons. Those are the best. So as it kind of trails down into being kind of
I'd even say after middle second season, it gets a little much.
Earlier, Aiton's Army, I guess he was talking about what I was talking about, which is we're still just short one little piece, and I don't know what it's going to be. And he says, the best thing we could do now is package Dario Saric and Jalen Smith and try to get a strong 3 and D player to replace Torrey Craig.
Yeah, I think if you're looking at somebody, obviously you're not going to get him, but like a Kawhi Leonard would fit perfectly. Even somebody like Paul George, somebody in that 3 and D market who doesn't necessarily need the ball, is not ball dominant, because you certainly want Chris Paul to handle that responsibility, but can make a shot when needed and cover the other team's best wing.
For years, I've been ball dominant. Box of Screws says it's the LAARP Lakers.
Yep. Haha.
Old man Lakers.
Yeah.
Jim P. from Avondale says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Can I get a double of Jameson 18-year-old whiskey on the rocks, please?
Sure.
Yep. There you go. That sounds pretty good on a day. Yep. By the way, holy God in heaven. I'm inside and I'm happy, having a good time. And then I help somebody load up their car with some stuff there. And then I'll say, outside sucks. Don't go outside if you can help it. Outside is horrible.
Yeah, very humid today.
Holy moly. I was swimming in it by the time I came back inside. And I was only out there for like 5 minutes. Just, that is nasty. Nasty humid.
It's pretty bad.
I expect full-on monsoon storms tonight, Randy. Am I correct in my thinking on that?
Well, from the 1580 The Fanatic Weather Center, Chief Meteorologist Randy White reporting, and lots of clouds building north of the city right now. And I mean a massive looking storm as I check out the exclusive Harman Solar 1580 The Fanatic Doppler radar. Lots of massive thunderstorm cells are entering northwest, straight up north, coming down across the Surprise and the West Valley. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. Flash flood warning is in effect. And something else that just happened, massive thunderstorm warnings are in effect. That's from the National Weather Service. Currently outside, very humid, and it is, let's see, in the West Valley here, very humid, 91 degrees currently. I'm sorry, 97 degrees. Downtown 96, and there is a National Weather Service flash flood warning in effect right now for Maricopa County. So we're a very active weather day here, and I feel like we will get some very active storms, at least in parts of the valley. So stay tuned.
Inactive storms, sort of lazy
some
storms.
that just, they are lazy, and they come in, they drizzle a little bit, and they get cloudy, and maybe a lightning strike or one or two. But this one looks very, very ominous. If you look north of the city right now, very ominous and extremely exciting for those of us that like stormy weather.
I can't see it. I look north, all you see is Phil, because I don't have a window on that side.
Yeah,
and it's raining over here, big boy.
It's raining men in there. Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
888-368-1580. Just Tip says, I am super excited that Russ Bliss is going to be on your show. I've been listening to him for probably 15 years. Even went to that huge restaurant on Bell Road while he was doing his show there a couple of times. Yeah. Never did win the $50, but great place, and Russ created a great vibe. However, I do want to poke needles in his ears for being a Rams fan. You got so many of them
yes.
Rams jerseys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Actually, kind of shocking. No, I got no problem with him being a Rams fan. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's got a ED.
guys, he's not an LA Rams fan. He was a when they were in Missouri.
St. Louis.
Yeah, he was St. Louis Rams when Kurt Warner played. I don't know that. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to ask him: is he still a Rams fan, even though they're in the?
Yeah, I think he transplanted. Yeah, he's got ED.
Yeah,
He's got a bunch of
excuse
other.
me?
Yeah,
He's
Eric
got Wes
Dickerson.
Bliss has ED.
Oh,
Yeah, Eric Dickerson
I was gonna
jerseys.
say, yeah.
All right. I'm
He's
going to
got the
tell him you
Dickerson.
said that though. He's got an
Well,
ED
if he's
on
got
Dickerson.
if he's got Eric Dickerson jerseys, then he's been a Rams fan since Los Angeles, even before St. Louis.
Yeah, I try to give him a pass, but I guess not. He's just a Rams fan. So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Cardinal fan versus Rams fan. Colt fan over here, just having a marvelous team, not caring what happens to you people.
Eric Dickerson, former college teammate of one Dale Hellestray.
Who?
No
what?
kidding.
Huh? Who?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because of
Eric Dickerson.
SMU. That's right.
Yeah.
By the way, did Dale come back and beat the hell out of everybody this morning?
I did hear him on the air, and I have reviewed the tape, the audio footage of yesterday's melee, and it was a melee. It was about a 2-hour melee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, did they all make up? Is everything okay?
Well, I think so. I did hear Dale was on the air this morning.
Give me. I'm okay. Hear me out. All right, because by now, Bruce Jacobs, he never listens to the show, but Dale, well, he's in a donut crazed coma, so I don't have to worry about him. Here's my theory on what happened on the morning show. So they had a real good fight there, right? They had a real good fight, and Dale out.
He did the manly thing.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
He only came back today. They have that remote broadcast over at Spoons in downtown Phoenix.
Yes.
My prediction is that he can make it look like an accident. Dale Hellestray will push Bruce Jacobs into oncoming traffic.
What?
All right, look over here. Yeah, right there.
He'll go full house of cards on him.
Now, it's Jacobs is going to be bound in some sort of costume and/or sandwich sign, is he not?
I don't know he's bound, but I know he's carrying a big old sign that says "I jinxed the Suns," which, by the way, he did.
He did.
Yeah,
he absolutely
I think we all
did.
agree with that. Yeah.
So that is my conspiracy theory, my prediction that Dale is just pretending to make nice for the opportunity to flat out murder Bruce Jacobs, and maybe get away with it if nobody sees him.
It is a radio show, not a simulcast.
Yeah,
pulls the
it's
old
a radio show.
Frank Underwood and sends old Bruce Jacobs head first into an oncoming bus because there's no trains there. So
How would Dale sound with that Arkansas accent? Oh, never go.
No, I just don't
do that.
Don't
Phil.
do that.
Yeah.
Screaming Eagle. Oh, geez. My mouse again. I thought I had it fixed. Screaming Eagles. Hold on. My button. Let me just click this one. SOL says, with LeBron vaccinated, does that mean he can ease up on the Vagisil?
Oh, God.
Hefty Lefty says, my dog, not excited for thunderstorms.
Sorry.
Dogs either just don't care or they hate that stuff.
Do you have one of those? What do they call those? Those flak jackets for dogs? Those.
Yes.
What do you call those? The
like getting hugged all the time.
Yeah, it's a comfort vest or.
Yeah, I forget what they're. You have one for your dog. It might work. I have a friend that actually they have a dog who gets freaked out and they put the flak jacket on it and say it calms down.
If it's a small dog, you put them in the freezer, and after a while, you stop hearing them.
Anxiety jacket.
Screaming Eagle, no, to answer your question. King Kittens says, yeah, I know. We know who it is. Thank you, King Kittens. Large Marge says, I'm going to go to Spoons, and I'm going to push Bruce into Dale. See what happens then.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch people, Large Marge. You're not allowed to touch any of our people. Don't even think about it. Senior Wake and Bake says, hey, each of you guys rate your football team's playoff chances from slim to none.
God.
I'm going to say my Colts playoff chances are not completely dead, and I'll tell you why here a little bit later on. So I'm going to say fair. I have some fair playoff chances. Randy?
Very good. Very good for my Arizona Cardinals.
Phil?
We're gonna go with Slim Jim, Bob.
That high?
Slim.
Wow.
Slim.
I would think
I'd
you would
say
go
impossible. Zilch, zilch,
Not
nil.
impossible. That defense
nada.
is real.
Mission impossible for your Broncos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We could go 20.
I mean, think about who you
New
got to
York
deal
Giants.
with. You got to deal with the Raiders, okay? And you even said it yesterday. They're a good team. You got to
Did I
deal
say
with the Los Angeles Superchargers there.
Now they're a good team.
LA Superchargers.
Stupid song.
Yeah. You got to have to deal with them. I'd say it's slim to none for the Broncos.
Slimmer than none is what I'll say for the Broncos. King Kenton says, I hate it when I have problems with my button. Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Beer Bob says they're called thunder shirts, is what you put on the dog.
Ah, is that what it is?
Thunder,
I thought it was a flak
thunder,
jacket.
Thunder shirts.
See, Cecil doesn't care. He just lays around and sleeps all day. So when a thunderstorm happens, he just changes position. That's all.
Everybody calm down. We're going to talk football, but I still have a little more NBA I want to talk just right now. If we get past this, we get through this, then we'll talk some NFL. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Becky Hammond, the San Antonio Spurs assistant to Popovich there, he loves her. He thinks she's like the next best thing, and he's been mentoring her and bringing her along. And a lot of people are like, "Hey, why doesn't Becky Hammond have a head coaching job?" And she says, "Listen, I'm not about that." She says, "I want to be hired because I'm the right person for the job." She says, "I don't want to just be somebody checking a box saying, look, we hired the first woman." It's not about her being a woman, according to her. She says, it's the worst thing you can do for me. Hire me because of my skill sets and coaching, who I am as a person. Hire me for those reasons. Do not hire me just because I'm a woman. And absolutely, because then that's all anybody's ever going to say once you finally get that shot. So, I kind of feel like just from everything we've seen, everything we've read, everything we know, this is somebody who's pretty close to ready, if not already ready for somebody's team. But, it ain't up to me to figure out. So while Becky Hammond, I think, is destined for bigger and better things, she's okay with it being for the right reasons and not just for the PR reasons. You got to respect that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Now we will take a break. I had more, but it's a pretty filthy story. It's really filthy story.
I'm involved.
Here's what I'm going to do. I ain't going to say it on air, but I want you to look up what they're saying about Warriors rookie Jonathan Kuminga, Kuminga. Look up what they made him for a nickname, and you can play the home version of the Daily Blender. But it's so bad, I probably shouldn't even read it on air. So there you go. Play a little bit of the Daily Blender home game. Look up Warriors rookie Jonathan Kuminga and see what they gave him for a nickname. Kenny Beecham gave him one, and it stuck. And there's no way we could ever talk about it. Yes, that's right, Phil. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
line. If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-0904774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. I'm a better neighbor because my service has taught me how important it is to be a team player. My training helps me in my classes when I give attention to detail to the task at hand. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my country safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
The Fanatic.
It's David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And a couple of you guys have went ahead and looked up the story I am not going to talk about. And it all makes sense now, doesn't it, guys?
Holy moly. Randy, did you see?
No.
Yeah, don't.
No.
No need.
Trust me,
No,
you're better off. But Fish Tank says, wow, that is not the kind of bucket I would want for my nickname. That's
No.
for sure.
No.
Just the Tip says something else makes more sense, but I can't do that either. Hefty Lefty says, I'm betting Brazzers will offer this guy an endorsement contract for that nickname. Yeah, and that's where we're going to leave it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. So man of the day today, ladies and gentlemen, and this is pretty damn good. If you go over to my Twitter, at Radio Pal 1580, you will see, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a guy, a competitive eater by the name of Eric Booker. Now, this guy looks like what you think a competitive eater would look like.
Okay.
Not that
All right.
skinny little Rory Chestnut guy or whatever his name is.
Sort of a portly gentleman, is he?
This is a big old guy. So Eric Booker set a Guinness record by chugging 2 liters of soda in 18.45 seconds.
What?
Previous record was 30 seconds. Now, Eric Booker did this in May, but the clip is just now making the rounds. And it's great is he sits there and he chugs and chugs and chugs, finishes and goes, ooh, that was good. And blah, it is this amazing belch follows. This guy is my hero. I wish this guy was my next door neighbor.
What was his name?
Eric Booker. And anyways, but go to my Twitter there. You'll find it at Radio Pal 1580. But here's the thing I noticed about how he did it. And I wonder if this was almost a cheat. So he's got the bottle of the soda, Randy, and he's got a scientific looking 2-liter giant test tube looking thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Instead of just drinking it straight from the bottle, he pours it into the 2-liter.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the act of doing that causes a dissipation of some of the carbonation, thus making it easier to drink. You know what I'm saying? So if you're sitting there drinking it out of a 2-liter, it's not going to go down as fast, but also is not going to have as much carbonation. I think that the record should be set drinking it straight from the bottle.
From the bottle,
yeah. Not from a beaker.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, but here's the actual audio of that belch once again. That was it. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Actual audio right there of the belch.
Nah, his was better. His was classier. It was like oop. He actually made like a oop noise with it, and he kind of goes.
Oh, he kind of ooped at the end,
and then he giggled and said, "Excuse me." I love this guy. I wish this guy were on the show every day, just so I could hear him talk and drink soda and burp. That's it. He doesn't even have to be good at anything.
Well, I mean, so listen. You look at racing. You don't have like in Formula One, they've developed these cars. They've evolved over time, and they have aerodynamics. They've got special features to help the cars grip the road, turning radius. Different modifications. The NASCAR is the same way. I mean, when you're talking about speed drinking, it's all about speed, man. So maybe it's not a big deal that he pours it in the beaker.
I think that it made it easier to drink faster, and it dissipated some of the gas, which means it's easier to let it go down quicker without trying to burp back up. So
I could see that. Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that, but evidently the people over at Guinness are okay with the way he did it because they say, yes, it's official. 18.45 seconds is the record for chugging 2 liters. Not bad. And if you watch it, you're like, you can see him like his eyes are all big and he's looking at you through the bottom of the beaker. He's like, yeah, this is happening. Yeah, this is happening. And he never breaks eye contact.
Wow.
This guy is amazing. He's a legend. He is a legend, and he is your man of the day.
All right.
I tell you what, there's very few things where somebody says, here, watch this. It's amazing. I'm like, yeah, no. It's not going to be amazing. It's not that amazing. And then I turned and I was like, holy crap, that was amazing. Yeah. That was amazing if you watch it.
That sounds amazing to me. Yeah.
So now from man of the day, we move to man down, man down. Oh my God. Okay. So this is one of those stories. Men, I'm going to warn you. This is one of those stories where you want to be probably sitting.
Okay.
And because there's going to be clenching. There's going to be grimacing and wincing. It's one of them stories.
Oh boy.
27-year-old man who works at a packaging center in Italy was using a nail gun at work and accidentally aimed it at the wrong kind of package, if you know what I mean.
No.
Yep. He somehow fired a small nail into his own groin. And they sent him to the hospital.
I should hope
Hey, Luigi, don't shoot the nail in your groin. Get to the hospital. So he gets there, and how do I put this gently? He missed his main man units.
Yeah.
But he hit his dangly bits.
Oh,
so he missed the twig, not the berries.
Yeah, he hit the berries. He was in serious pain. So when he shows up at the ER, they couldn't find it. The nail, not his. Yeah,
it had gone inside, didn't it? It went inside the old suitcase, didn't it?
It was less than an inch long. Well, the nail, not his junk. Yeah. They couldn't find a puncture wound. So they were like, okay, let's do an ultrasound. So he's in pain and he's like, I swear to God, it's in there. So they're running, like they look for the baby. Well, now they're rubbing something on him.
Oh, no, they're doing the ultrasound. Oh,
yes.
No.
Yeah. So the first ultrasound couldn't find it. So they brought in a urologist, which is the pee-pee hole doctor. And they did another ultrasound. So now he had to go through that pain twice. This one did find the nail. So luckily, his most important bits down there dodged the direct hit. It missed his right one by just millimeters, they said.
Oh, no.
They were able to remove the nail with a simple surgery, and he was out of hospital the next day. But, oh, dear God, the pain. First, you shot yourself there with a nail gun. Then you have the extra pain from them rubbing the ultrasound thing over you as they're looking for it.
Yeah.
Twice, and then you have the surgery.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
So pour a little out for this guy tonight. I don't know his name.
Yeah,
we'll just call him Al. That's his name.
Yeah.
Good God, y'all.
We don't know his name, but we will call him. That's what we'll call him. Yeah.
That's his new legal name, and that translates in Italian and in English. So, wow, that was. And now you think that's bad?
No, not another one.
Oh, I don't know. Is this one worse? Is this one not as bad? So here's a guy named 35-year-old Kyle Clark. Weird name for a guy. His name's actually 35-year-old Kyle Clark. He's driving in Chicago Sunday night. And he sideswipes this other car, but he's like, I ain't pulling over. So the other guy was like, wait, I'm an off-duty cop, and I got a buddy with me in the car. So they pull over. They get up next to him. They're like, pull over. And so he pulled over. So they jump out of their car. He jumps out of his car. But as soon as they got there, he starts throwing punches, and he hit the off-duty cop twice in the face.
Oh,
then,
no.
So then the buddy steps in and try to help. And he probably wishes he hadn't, because when he jumped in to help, he was trying to kind of wrestle with Kyle. By the way, his name's Kyle. And Kyle then latched onto his nipple and bit it off.
Oh, no.
Yep. Mike Tyson him right in the chi-chi. Can you imagine that? I mean, men's nipples don't really do much anything, but you got to know that hurt. Once the fight was over, a friend who lost the nipple got stitches. I don't know if they were able to sew the thing back on, or if they
I
just
bet he got stitches.
bypassed it. But now this Kyle fella is facing charges for leaving the scene of an accident, aggravated battery, causing great bodily harm, aggravated battery of a peace officer, because he had identified himself as a police officer, by the way, the off-duty guy. So, yeah, but wow.
Wow, man. That is, there's two painful ones right there.
What do you think is worse, getting your nipple bit off or shooting a nail in your
far
nuts?
and away, shooting a nail right in your cha-cha bongos. Yeah, far and away.
Yeah, it's not even close.
So whatever's happened to you today, it's not as bad as what happened to these two guys.
It could be worse.
Oh,
yeah.
Lord.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Lord. By the way, I know we've got a Kyle on the text line, and the nipple biter guy, his name was Kyle. And if your name is Kyle, or if you know a Kyle, listen, there's a city called Kyle, Texas, just south of Austin. And next month, they're trying to break a world record by assembling an army of Kyles. And I know there is a world record for it, having an army of Kyles, but I guess the Hot Air Balloon Festival on Labor Day, they want to do this then and break the record for most people named Kyle all gathered in one spot. Every Kyle who shows up gets free entry, gets free t-shirt, but it has to be spelled right. It has to be spelled Kyle. Otherwise it doesn't count. And then of course, over at Guinness's website, the actual record they're going for is most people with the same first name. I don't know why they're going for Kyle, but figured there's probably more common names than that.
Yeah.
I'm guessing the organizer's name is Kyle, and that's why he's doing it.
You think they're going to ask for the ID?
Yeah, they have to. The Guinness people have to verify that you got a crap ton of Kyles out there.
Damn it!
So
I was going to go there just so I could get the T-shirt.
Randy is a sucker for a free T-shirt. A free T-shirt.
I love free swag.
Yeah. I mean, working in music radio like we did, that was our entire wardrobe for about a decade.
Jeffrey and I, we clothed ourselves well.
How did you manage to? Because nobody gives away free undies.
What?
You said it was in your entire wardrobe.
Well,
why do you always got to go under
why
clothes,
make it
Phil?
weird?
Why do you got to go subterranean? Why?
Because just like Tom Petty, we were free balling. That's what we did.
Yeah. I think it's free falling.
Well, the ball.
You say potato. I say no unders. Let's see. Boomer Sooner says, did you guys hear that Rashad Bateman, rookie from the Ravens, has a tissue thing with his leg? Could be several weeks out. Yeah, but that dude had a lot of upside.
He has a tissue thing with his leg.
I don't know.
The wide receivers for the Ravens, they have a propensity to pick these first-round wide receivers, or Brashad Perriman, Marquise Brown, and now Rashad Bateman, where they just have injury decimations.
I don't hear injury here. I hear a tissue thing with his leg.
Maybe he has a tissue stuck to his leg. I hadn't seen the story. So
is it like Gorilla glued to his leg?
Yeah.
No, he's going to be missing a couple games.
Just take a shower, get that thing off.
Guy, come on. Hey, get some of that acetone on there. Who doesn't want a little acetone on their leg?
They're about just going out and getting some acetone.
I said,
and I was like, my wife's mom might be listening. Blissful Hayes says maybe that dude swallowed the other dude's nipple. I don't think we'd wait around for the outcome. Hefty Lefty says, are they going to fight an army of Chads over at Florida State Delta Chi? that would actually be okay with me. Kyle's versus Chad's. There's no loser.
No matter who wins, we all win.
Fish Tank says, is Kyle the male version of a Karen, or is that more of a Chad? It's a good question. I don't know. What is the male version of a Karen?
The guy who goes over to the kitchen and says, "Hey, my wife's hungry. Where's her food?"
Nah, that guy was forced at wife point to do that. I don't know if there really is a male version of a Karen. Is there? I don't know. It's a good question. Navy Devil says, why wouldn't Bateman use a sock instead of a Kleenex? That was the first thing that came to my mind, but I didn't say that out loud until you did. So, all right, guys, listen, enough of this nonsense. We come back. We're talking some NFL. We'll talk some Cardinals and all your favorite teams and stuff like that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
With Amdro, you can enjoy your backyard like never before. Our round-the-clock pest protection gives you the peace of mind to enjoy your great outdoors without a care in the world. Okay, we can't defend you against the splash zone. But when it comes to ants and other pests, we've got you covered 24/7. Find Amdro in the insecticide aisle at your nearest retailer.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve to make sure that there are no barriers to the benefits and services earned through service to our country. Find out how we can assist you in Arizona. Visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99% APR and 30-year fixed rates as low as 2.49% APR. Call or text 480-694-7890 or check out districtlending.com/rates. That's districtlending.com/rates. NMLS 183-5285, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage rate subject to change. This is not a commitment to lend.
When you come to the desert, many things can be dangerous, but there's nothing more dangerous than a pit full of rattlers. Arizona Rattlers football is back. Don't miss a second of the action. Become a part of the Ninth Man for a membership of $10 per game for new season ticket members. All fans are welcomed as the Rattlers return at 100% capacity in the newly transformed Phoenix Suns Arena. Call 602-379-8274 today. Don't wait. Arizona Rattlers strike back.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-ProCopy. That's 602-776-2679.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
You're live.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. We got Phil in the control room there, pushing buttons and doing stuff. And you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We are broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. Did we get Randy back? Is he still trying to get his stuff going there?
He's still trying to get his stuff working.
Randy's having some connectivity issues right now, but that's all right. We'll get him back as soon as we can. Something I noticed was kind of interesting. Every now and then, I like to try to check our streaming map that shows us where people are listening to different places. Like for instance, right now, somebody is listening in New York City. Somebody is listening in Lovington, Illinois. Somebody is listening in Sacramento and LA. Crap ton of people listening in Arizona. And then I noticed just out of the corner of my eye there, Coquitlam, British Columbia. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Coquitlam. Yeah, but somebody up there north of the border, just near Washington, our state is sitting up there listening to this show in Canada. So if you're the person from Canada, say hello on the text line 888-368-1580. Oh, I've got many questions about what's going on with Canada.
Canada, what are they doing now?
Well, in Canada, I'm pretty sure they're plotting something. And they're acting like they're all friendly and nice and stuff. And I think in a moment's notice, they're going to turn on us. So I was trying to maybe we get some, advance notice. Yeah. Somebody likes the show. Maybe they'll at least just tell us first. So we have a chance to survive the Canadian attack.
Do we have a bunker here at 1580?
Not as far as you know. Anyway, so if you're the Canadian listening, let us know. 888-368-1580. Night Deck says, I think a Timothy is a male Karen. A Timothy. Is that right?
That doesn't feel right. Timothy, I think, is too. All the
like
Tims
some
I
dumb
know.
kid,
Yeah, the Tims I know are all cool.
Are very nice kids.
Yes, yes.
Large Marge says, was the guy that shot himself in the sack there called Schroeder? That would actually have been poetic, but no, not at all. Wow. So this hour, we're going to talk some NFL football. In fact, I think we're probably going to talk NFL for the next couple hours. And speaking of the NFL and other things, we are now getting close to having all our established leagues figured out and new leagues established. So here's what's going on. It's the Daily Blender Fantasy Football League. And what you want to do, if you want to play in one of our leagues, if you've never done it before, blender at 1580thefanatic.com. Send me an email and I'll get you into one of our leagues. And we're going to have enough leagues for everybody to be in. And, everybody who wins their league, their Daily Blender Fantasy Football League, gets $100. And then you have a chance of getting into the Premier League. So it's always a lot of fun smack talk. And, of course, we talk about all this stuff here on the radio. We try not to get too in depth about our own boring fantasy football teams. We're just more about talking about the players, a little bit of the smack talk that happens in between. But yeah, we're looking forward to this next season of the fantasy football. So if you want to join us, you want to play with us, just go ahead, send an email, blender at 1580thefanatic.com. I would say, let's say today's Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm going to start placing people where we have gaps in the established leagues and then establishing the newer leagues. I think we're going to end up with, 12 to 15 leagues, maybe.
That's awesome.
Maybe more. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of emails sitting, waiting for someone to be placed into one of our fantasy football leagues. So this is going to be a big year. It's going to be a fun year. And much thanks to our friends at Harmon Solar for going ahead and ponying up the prize money.
Yes.
That's not bad. We've never done prize money. We've always just done trophies and just bragging rights.
I am ready and willing for whenever I win Blender League 5 to donate my $100 to the nearest syrup and barbecue sauce company, foundation, whatever it will be. So that way the second place can get doused in my sauce.
Now that's an interesting thought process because generally we would just give it to the next person up, because people from the radio station are not eligible to win the prize money. Right. Because if we were, I'd have won the $1,580 because I was the overall winner of the NFL picks contest last year. Since I wasn't eligible, somebody else got it. So, would I love it if we were all eligible? Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we're not. And so we should talk to Ralph about that. Say, okay, Ralph, we can either donate the money if Phil wins to whatever odd charity you mentioned, or we just give it to the next runner-up.
Yeah, I'd be fine either way.
Pretty sure everybody in League 5 says next runner-up.
Yeah, I'm sure that if we take a poll, I'd imagine where that's going.
So we'll have that conversation with Ralph. But in general, yes, you could win $100 in one of the fantasy football leagues. You get a chance to go to the Premier League, And then, after that, it's just all fun. And by the way, another thing where you can win some money. This is a big one. The NFL Fan Pick'em contest is back again this year. $1,580 is on the line for first place. Second place, you can win $500. I am told there will be some weekly prizes as well. So here's what you do. You got to get ahead of this. You got to get ready for it and be prepared to pick. Go to 1580thefanatic.com. Click on the link right there on the first page. It'll take you to another page. It'll have a link for where the picks contest happens, the password to get in, and all that good stuff. Now, if you did it last year, just go back to where you were last year and you're still registered. You're set to go, but just make sure I'm not full of crap. Pretty sure I'm not, but just make sure, because you don't want to miss your chance at $1,580. Now, last year was a pain in my ass because of COVID, we got a late start. So then I had to calculate everything manually throughout the season. But that's not happening this year. So this year, the standings will be right there for everybody to see without worrying about calculating, this person did this in the first game, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be very easy, and you'll know exactly where you stand this year without any extra math. God, I hate math. Anyway, so 1580thefanatic.com. So all these prizes brought to you by Harman Solar. They're just ponying up to make it more interesting for all of us. So we appreciate that. 888-368-1580. Hefty Lefty says, I'm surprised none of the Suns fans have said that a male Karen would be called a LeBron. That is beautiful.
No, it's not. It's not
so
true,
true
in the slightest.
Oh my God, that is so true.
Should name Chris Paul.
No, it's a LeBron. Oh my God, that is amazing. I'm getting a little emotional right now because Randy's not here to hear it. Hefty Lefty, that was beautiful. Oh God, this is
If you think that's text of the day, you got another think coming.
It will be. I know you won't push the button,
I will not.
but I know Randy will. A male Karen is a LeBron. That is perfect. Is Randy back yet? Because I want to talk about the Cardinals.
He's not, and he has left the Zoom, as a matter of fact, on top of it.
Yeah, he's probably resetting his entire setup
House.
there.
Yes.
Stupid Cox Communications. All right. I'll tell you what. I'm going to set aside the Cardinals stuff because I'm sure he'll want to discuss some of the players that have been cut, some of the players been added. Yesterday I told you how Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock on the Broncos were going to alternate on preseason games. Well, there's a reason for that. The Broncos have listed Teddy Bridgewater and Drew Lock as co-starters as quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay, who's your coach again?
Vic Fangio.
Is it still?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
He's still there. Yes, he is.
Dude should have been fired 3 seasons ago.
He was hired 3 seasons ago.
Exactly. Boy, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. That's the old saying in the NFL. Yeah. And that is the dumbest and worst thing that Fangio could possibly do. Would you say that's the dumbest thing Fangio has ever done, or could you find dumber?
Fangio specifically? No, I think that probably is the dumbest.
Yeah. Co-starters, please tell me this is just a preseason thing to get them to fight it out. If they're going into the season with co-starters like, in this game, the stylings of Teddy Bridgewater would fit better. Oh, no, in this game, Drew Lock. Oh, he's your man for this game. And it's going to be situational quarterbacking?
No, it's just for this game because I know that game 1, I believe Drew Lock's supposed to start. Game 2, Teddy's supposed to start, and then we're thinking that by game 3 we'll know who it is because usually that script is by game 4 we know who it is because whoever the starter is does not play game 4. But since there's one less preseason game, it'll probably be decided by game 3.
I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen.
Okay.
Drew Lock will end up starting your season. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Can I tell you why?
I vomited a little bit in my mouth.
I think ever since the injury, Teddy Bridgewater kind of lays it up a little bit in practice. He takes it easy in practice. Can you blame him for what happened to him in practice with the Vikings?
Yeah.
And I think he just sort of kind of cruises through, doesn't really try as hard as he can. And then he gets out into a game and he'll show you what he's got. So then Drew Lock ends up looking better, and he'll get the first start for the Broncos in the regular season.
This is going to sound so silly, but since we're in a cold weather state of Denver, It kind of bothers me that we're not out of training camp yet, and Teddy Bridgewater already is playing with a jacket underneath his pads. Is that silly? Is that something or nothing?
Well, where's Teddy Bridgewater from?
He came from college from Louisville.
Yeah, that's okay. Kentucky, I don't know. Well, I think it snows there sometimes, doesn't it?
Sometimes, I believe.
I try to avoid that state at all costs.
Yeah, there's a reason why they call it a flyover state.
Right. I don't know. My wife, we're talking about our games and who our teams are playing. She'll be like, oh, they're going to that cold place. Oh, there's going to be a problem for that team. And I always say this, everybody on the team is from somewhere else. Everybody on the team went to college somewhere else. They went to high school somewhere else. They played in various forms of weather. I mean, it has to be a very extreme sort of thing before I think traveling to play someplace is going to affect. Heat, I think, will always affect more than freezing temperatures. And of course, we've got a stadium that is air conditioned, so that really doesn't apply to that.
Probably like Miami. Whenever you go play the Dolphins, that's probably the
no,
number one.
It's not just the heat there; it's the stupidity.
The stupidity?
Yeah, you thought it was the humidity. That was
No, I was going to say the heat on the street.
The heat on the street.
Yeah, on the night before, you get a little tired, and so you had to play a game afterwards. You remember that? I think it was the Steelers came to play the Dolphins one year, and there were reports that they were throwing up on the field from being drunk from the night before.
Oh yeah. Well, that has nothing to do with the weather. That's everything to do with just
that's the heat on the street.
How
friend.
fun you can have. Yeah. Rain City Bitch Pigeon says,
yes.
To be fair,
I
thought Kyler Murray was a co-starter waiting for the other half of him to show up.
Oh God.
I am really sad that Randy wasn't here for that. Are you sure Randy's not back?
I'm 100% sure.
Maybe it's for the best. Hefty Lefty says, Phil, do you watch That's Good Sports? I feel like you enjoy that guy's Broncos takes and his self-deprecating humor.
No, I can't even say I've heard of it. Where is it being broadcast?
Yeah, Hefty Lefty, never heard of it myself. So there you go. You got that going for you, Phil. You got two quarterbacks.
The only situation of two good quarterbacks I've seen in quite some time is the 49ers. But it makes sense. Even then, everybody knows that Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy. So Trey Lance being behind him,
yeah,
that's the only time. Oh, that and when Aaron Rodgers was behind Brett Favre. That's it.
Let me tell you, Jimmy G, I don't know if he's just that chill, because if I was Jimmy G, I would constantly be offended. I would be offended by the fact that it took that long for them to declare you on the unofficial order the starter. And you got this kid who they just drafted. He's definitely, I don't know if he's dumb or he's super duper smart, because Jordan Love, as they say, can't sniff the jock of Aaron Rodgers.
Well, finally, I'm excited to see. That's like my number one thing I'm excited to see.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
But this guy coming in to take over for Jimmy G,
Trey Lance,
absolutely is a better player than Jordan Love. So anybody should be more upset. It should be Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, but have you seen the guy? He's gorgeous.
Who?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't think that's how they pick quarterbacks.
No, it's a thing. It's a thing that there's.
I don't think that's
quarterback
how that works.
Face. Yes, it's a. There have been scientific studies proven that the quarterback is usually the most attractive guy on the team.
Okay, I don't know about that. I can't even comment to the looks of other people that I'd say, well, think about that guy or this guy.
No, come on. Have you seen Jimmy G? Have you seen him without a helmet?
You don't look like that good looking of a guy to me.
Yeah, go ahead. And
I can't tell you who is and who isn't. Oh, she would never tell me. She would never say.
Yeah, but who is she most silent on? Whenever you're like,
well,
hey.
I think she used to have a crush on Aaron Rodgers.
Ask her about Jimmy G and you'll get your answer.
No.
That guy is a freaking model.
Well, listen, I'm glad you're enthused, but I think as a coach, you're looking for who's making the most completions.
Well, the point that I make
passing with the football.
The point that I make with that, though, is that he has the confidence of a guy who's not only had to play behind Tom Brady. So once you're in the question of being the starter above Tom Brady, really, what more confidence booster do you need in life?
It's not about confidence. It's about, okay, I have been the starting quarterback with various degrees of success. And I think I've got what it takes, and I'm going to take this team into the future. And what's that? The team is now drafting a really good quarterback. Wait, they've traded up to do so. Okay. Well, that tells you everything you need to know right there.
Yeah, of course. And he has more physical traits than Jimmy Garoppolo, but he just doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the mental capacity for the game simply because of his inexperience. That's something that he'll gain with game time, and maybe with his physical gifts, he can push through that. But for right now, Jimmy G, I think, knows that he's entrenched as the starter, if nothing else, as trade bait.
888-368-1580. What was the catcher just having a mental breakdown there?
I don't know.
On our screen, we got the Dodgers and in Philadelphia there, and the catcher was sitting there just like having a moment.
I don't know. He was shaking his head.
He must have gotten plunked or something accidentally.
He's still shaking. But did you see, by the way, the Dodgers, did you see Trey Turner slide into home? It is these. I know that you're going to think.
Oh, yeah.
It is
I
the
thought you meant just now.
No. It is the smoothest slide. This side of scraping off some butter. It is the smoothest slide I've seen in my life. It is almost therapeutic how easy he made that look.
Yeah. Some people just keep a straight face.
Yeah.
Unlike an Olympic diver. You seen those pictures where the Olympic diver gets out there and they take a picture of him and they're like,
yes.
All right. So Hefty Lefty wants you to know that the Good Sports, That's Good Sports, is on YouTube. So you can look that up later.
I'll give it a watch.
TikToking or whatever the hell you kids do.
The Randy clouds are coming in.
I wonder if that's why we lost Randy. I wonder if he got knocked off by the elements there. I'm going to check on Randy, make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Hefty Lefty. 888-368-1580. So now on to my Colts. Carson Wentz, Quentin Nelson. Amazingly, they're talking.
Are you shocked at this?
Yes, they could be ready to go in week 1. I don't know how that is, and I don't know that
medically possible.
I don't know that I like that. I don't want people coming back too soon.
Do you feel differently between either one of them? Because I am fine with Quentin Nelson coming back.
It's the same injury.
Same injury, but different position.
Let me tell you, I am more surprised about Quentin Nelson than I would be Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, you can take it easy a little bit as a quarterback, but Quentin Nelson is in the trenches, man. You played on the offensive line, Phil. Use every bit of your feet. And really, look at my feet. You're kind of doing that a lot of times, aren't you? See what I'm doing with my feet?
Yeah.
You think that doesn't hurt from that surgery that they just had?
I think so, but I think that he doesn't necessarily need. It'd be different if this were a wide receiver.
You think Quentin Nelson's going to do it all with his arms? No,
I don't think he's going to do it all from his arms, but I think that you can certainly numb the heck out of that area.
Numb. Sorry, it's my favorite joke. Sorry.
I think that he's going to numb every ounce of that area and just push through and use his God-given strength there. But if it's somebody like Carson Wentz, you can't completely numb it because he's got to run away from defenders. He's got to
that much when you got an O-line like that.
Well, but if he's going up against in week 2, Aaron Donald and the Rams, that is a real defensive line that will apply real pressure to him. And I worry that if I was them, even if he was ready for week 1, I would just kick it back to week 3, take the first 2 weeks as an L. Maybe they're competitive, what have you. Kick it back 2 weeks.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And I agree. I don't know that it's a good idea. And I'm sure you'd like to see the Colts get a couple losses, whatever. But if they're ready, they're ready. It's none of my business. But I seriously am more worried about Quentin Nelson, a guy on the O-line there, trying to push guys away and having that kind of pain. So 888-368-1580. Boogie, Straight Striper says, of course, Jimmy G is chill. He's got a $7 million signing bonus, almost $42 million guaranteed at signing, almost $75 million guaranteed if he's injured. So what's he got to stress about? That man's getting paid no matter what.
No matter what, he's going to be making that bank.
He's got that Osweiler money coming in.
And he'll be a guaranteed starter, even if he does get traded somewhere. Well, if he gets traded somewhere,
they have to. Yeah. Boogie says, what's the over under on how many games Wentz will actually play this year? 2.
No,
I have no confidence in him continuing to be a starter from 1 week to another. I have no confidence. 0%.
Probably like 11.5 games would be the over under mark.
Jonathan Taylor is my great hope. Jonathan Taylor,
that guy's good.
Coming back and maybe having a better season, but then again, Colts do stuff by committee. So good news for a running back, your career is going to stretch longer. Bad news for running back, your stats aren't going to be what you want to get that big contract. So double-edged sword there. Hey, now I'm very happy that the Colts got Darius Leonard back for a 5-year extension. That's good. And also getting extended on my Colts is Chris Ballard and Frank Reich.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks into the area, but whatever. So there you go. Those are our teams. Why don't you guys talk?
During the regular season,
Here's the game plan.
your custom-produced radio commercial will air 2, even 3 times in every game. Plus, your business is branded during dozens of weekly NFL promos on the station, stream, app, and website. And you'll get commercial reads live during our morning and afternoon drive shows each week promoting your business.
Don't forget about special teams.
Your business gets 5 extra daily spots throughout the week and matching spots on our live stream website and on the 1580 The Fanatic Sports app. Plus, you can play defense.
Figured out. On a Life Changer loan, you can pay off your mortgage in under 5 years without changing one dime of your spending habit. Plus, your monthly payments are cheaper than what you pay now. It's not magic, it's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender. It's summer in Arizona, and your summer home for sports has you covered. Don't miss a minute of action from the Arizona Rattlers. Listen to all their home games live on the Fanatic. NASCAR is full throttle. Find out how the season begins to unfold when you hear NASCAR racing live. The NFL ramps up for the 2021-22 season. Get all the updates and info on your home for the NFL in the Valley. It's summertime, and the Fanatic is your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Also at 95.9 FM in the East Valley.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Randy is back up on the line.
Hi-ho!
Oh, you missed it. We were talking NFL, but we saved your Cardinals stuff for when you came back, so good timing on your part. But so, Randy, how do you feel about the Cardinals signing Jack Crawford, Demetrius Harris, Marcus Hunt, and Josh Morrow?
Who?
Well, defensive lineman Jack Crawford, tight end Demetrius Harris, defensive lineman Marcus Hunt, and then receiver Darvin Kinsey and tight end Carson Williams. They worked out, but they didn't get signed. But Cardinals have cut Kerry Angeline, Jamal Carter, Ryan Pope, and Donald Rutledge.
You know, that sounds like they signed a bunch of guys for the practice squad. I have heard of that Demetrius guy tight end, so maybe he's going to be somebody they're looking at to bring in for the regular season. But so far, I think the roster is pretty well set, and I think that I think that this team is just looking for filling in some gaps right now.
Yeah, Harris was 7 years in the league there. He played with Chicago and Cleveland and Kansas City for a good stretch there between 2014, 2018. He just really hasn't hit the radar. I mean, seriously, if you spend 4 years in Kansas City, you know why you're not hitting the radar as a tight end. But I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. But you're right. There's going to be a bunch of names you've never heard of going back and forth until they finally cut those 90 players down to 53 or 4. Is it 54 or 53? I think it's 54. How many players on an NFL
I thought
team?
it was 53, but
53.
It is 53. Okay. All right. So, Randy, we had told everybody, since we talked about the Colts, we talked about the Broncos, and now we've talked about the Cardinals and kind of just, a little bit of what's going on, that they should tell us how they think their team is doing, or if there's any little tidbit that they want to discuss about their team, we would go ahead and do that. So let's go to the text line. Fish Tank says, my Dolphin tidbit is Dolphins and Chargers, Twitter, they have started a bit of a rivalry about Tua versus Herbert. I realize Herbert looks great, but Tua beat him last year. Makes a fun wrinkle for us since we don't think about the Super Bowl too often. All right, well, that's an interesting thing. Tua versus Herbert. I'm sorry to tell you this, Fish Tank, but Herbert, I believe, wins.
Yeah, if you go head to head on their stats and their numbers, Herbert was he clearly had the better year. Tua just did not have the kind of numbers that Herbert did. Herbert was forced to step up and forced to make plays, and a lot of times they were playing from behind. So he had a lot of passing yards, he had a lot of completions, where Tua didn't have that opportunity. So I think last year the NFL got it right. Justin Herbert, clearly the better rookie last year. We'll see what happens this year, though.
Oh, and by the way, Randy, I got a straight question for you. Do you know who the hell's listening to us from Canada right now?
Canada.
Yeah, I saw a thing. We have a way of seeing, where people are listening from to our app and stuff. And somebody is listening to us just outside of Vancouver in a place called Coquitlam, British Columbia.
That's interesting. But hey, if you're north of the border, hey, thanks for listening,
Yeah.
Take off,
Maybe we should join them if we can't quit them.
Brother, I can't cold quit you. Fish Tank says, well, you see, how does Herbert win if he lost to Tua? We mean overall. Now, listen, if the Miami Dolphins get themselves a win against the Chargers, but you just said it's a rivalry about Tua versus Herbert. Tua versus Herbert, Herbert wins. Dolphins versus Chargers, well, that could be a different
Dolphins
story.
win.
And I'm going to guess.
Well, last season it was that way.
When that happened, what week was that? Because, Herbert, I think, gets better as the season goes. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So let us know what week that was, Fish Tank. Nondescript says, well, now we know Phil's side gig. He's obviously the NFL reporter for Playgirl magazine. Your lips, to God's ears.
How does someone become the sideline? Yeah, they played in week 10.
All right, well, there goes that theory. You win. You win, Fish Tank. But as far as quarterback versus quarterback, I'd take Herbert every day.
You know what, Fish Tank, though?
A lot of uncertainties.
Fish Tank, I respect you for standing up for your quarterback, though. I feel you, man. Right here in the heart, right here in the feelers. I got you.
Yeah, that's where you're going to get stabbed right there because Tua is awful.
Straight Striper says, did you guys see this tweet from Larry Fitzgerald Sr.? Let's see here. Okay, so somebody says, I guess you don't have any news to tell Cardinal fans. This is to Larry Fitzgerald's dad. And he comes back and says, you believe in miracles? And puts a football thumbs up emoji and a clock next to it.
I will say
what are we
this.
supposed to make of that?
I will say this. I clicked on some clickbait that I saw, which was a trending story about Larry Fitzgerald coming back. And I clicked on it. Well, no, it wasn't coming back to football per se. He and Jim Gray, the great Jim Gray and Tom Brady are going to do a radio show on Sirius XM. So that's he's coming back to do radio. As far as the football thing, no news. Now, if Larry Fitzgerald Sr. is saying football clock thumbs up, I guess we'll just wait and see what happens.
Or like what Drew Brees and his physical trainer did, screwing with us. So
I don't think Larry would do that.
His dad might.
I don't think his dad would do that.
How do you know? He's got a sense of humor. Maybe
Yeah,
he's just
Fitzgerald's.
having fun with it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
Roll Tide Kara says, afternoon, gentlemen. Hope you had a great day. Yeah, Roll Tide Kara is she having a surgery or something on her kneecaps. I think she's having one kneecap moved over to the other side.
Really?
And then she's getting a hubcap where the other kneecap was. And then that
yeah.
kneecap, she's
Yeah.
going to actually have that dipped in bronze and put on
Uh-huh.
her mantle. I'm
The
pretty
old,
sure that's,
rotate the kneecap for the hubcap
right.
operation. Yeah.
Yeah, Roll
I
Tide
see
Kara
what
is
you
getting her kneecaps rotated. It's no big deal. It's not a big
yeah.
deal.
Roll down Tide.
Don't feel sorry for her. It's not a big deal.
Right.
No thoughts and prayers.
Well, it's surgery.
No thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers, Kira.
Just a Tip says, as long as we're talking NFL for a couple hours, today is National Presidential Joke Day. So, all right, a priest and Bill Clinton were seated together at a fancy dinner.
Oh, jeez, this does not end well.
Waitress asked if either would like something to drink. Clinton said, whiskey. The priest said, I'd rather be brutally soiled by a lady of the evening than allow liquor to enter my body. And Clinton says, scratch my whiskey order. I didn't realize there was a choice. That's solid. Chamoy says Niners keeping Jimmy G was the best move they made in the offseason. His play and numbers will skyrocket in competition.
Is it?
It won't. It just
is
no.
it?
No.
I do think the 49ers are Super Bowl bound.
No.
As much as you don't want to hear that.
No. Boogie says, I'm looking forward to Detroit having a winning season, but missing the playoffs, then picking up a quarterback in next year's draft.
Could be. Mm-hmm.
God, that would be the worst of all. That would be the worst of all.
Guano says, what do you think the chances are of my Chiefs making it to a third Super Bowl? I'd say they're pretty good.
Yeah, pretty damn good at this point.
Yeah.
I mean,
all they've got to deal with over there is what? The Ravens and the Bills?
Well,
That's
listen,
about it.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's incontinent and unvaccinated. And then, you got
he's not incontinent.
Yeah, he is.
He just had a moment.
He's had more than a couple of those. And then, of course, you got the Bills who, they went over to the old U-Haul the other day. And so now, they're going to have other things in their minds. No, I like your chances, Guano. I really do. Horgon says Saints quarterback battle. Taysom Hill versus Winston. No Breeze. Oh, my God. It's sad days. Again, there's another quarterback I wouldn't mind on the Colts. And there's an if the eye surgery helped and he's actually got his act together, Jameis Winston can put up some big numbers. And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, those are coming from behind numbers. And then he threw a lot of interceptions. I think the interceptions were a lot about his eyesight, some about his bad decisions. And I really think that Jameis Winston has a chance to be a pretty damn good quarterback now. And we just need to see him get that chance. I wouldn't have minded if he did that with the Colts.
Remember, he was a number 1 overall pick the year that he came out.
Yeah, so was Johnny Manziel. So
No. I'm saying Jameis Winston was a number 1 overall. Johnny Manziel was never a number 1 overall. He was like pick 27 or something.
No, that's right. He was a Heisman.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what it
thinking
was.
of Baker Mayfield.
I was thinking about Josh Rosen. In fact, he went to the
Wow. You just have to do that to me every time, don't you?
Hey, you guys picked him, and you live with it.
I didn't pick his ass. I'm just trying to defend him. That's all.
Yeah, okay, whatever. The Jet says, hi, Jeffrey. Can you tell the ladies I say hello? Wait, what?
Who is this?
I have no idea. Which ladies would that be, Jet? He says, by the way, girls should not move their hubcaps. They're great where they are. Don't get that either. Blissful A says, Larry Fitzgerald is holding out for a full-size quarterback.
Oh,
There's your whistle.
Hey, number 1 Rattlers fan is back. Says Rattlers are 10-2, and in 2, that's team in the playoffs. Playoffs start Sunday, the 29th.
Yeah, and haven't they clinched? They've clinched home field, haven't they? Didn't I just see that recently come through?
Yeah, I know. It's the Rattlers. You expect it. They're doing great.
Playoff tickets are now on sale, according to this red hot off the press.
All right.
Playoff tickets now on sale for your Rattlers.
And we got your home games right here on 1580 The Fanatic. Roll Tide Kara says, yes, I'm getting the hubcaps rotated, getting that one dipped in bronze so we can put it on the championship trophy for the fantasy football.
Oh, boy.
If you win, listen, after I saw what you did last season, if you win, I'll actually put a simulated kneecap on your trophy. Because that'll be impressive.
Ooh.
Shamoy says most deaths in surgery aren't from complications, but it's actually from the anesthesia.
Ooh.
Why, Shamoy? Why are you throwing that out there? Oh,
Michael Jackson gone too soon.
Rough Rob says, can't wait to see my Washington football team and what they do. Let's go Fitz Magic. That's right. Gilbert Highland, quarterback, still getting it done out there in the NFL. Hefty Lefty says, I was about to say, you want Taysom Hill? No. He's not that good. Ookla the Mock says, hey, Randy, I guess you too, Radio Pal. And Phil.
What's up, Ookla?
There you go. Up yours, Ookla. 888-368-1580. So the NFL, they've said initiating contact with the helmet is going to be a point of emphasis for the officials. They say lowering the helmet is one of those things they're going to be really keeping an eye out for. I thought they were already doing that. I thought they did a fairly decent job of catching that. And in fact, in other ways, they did a very horrible job of misidentifying that, saying that guy lowered his helmet. And it was like, no, he didn't. The guy moved in a certain way. It's not his fault. So I hope that this means that the more they pay attention to that helmet contact, that, the innocent are going to, not be penalized. That is something I'm more worried about. Of course, the other times where somebody does lower a helmet, they should be busted. But I kind of felt like they did a pretty good job with that last season.
Maybe the reason why they're announcing this, because I'm completely with you. I don't necessarily understand why this is coming out, but I'm wondering if it has more to do with the offensive side of the ball, because we've seen defensive players get fined time and time again over this. But lest we forget, a lot of those running backs, they lower their helmet and they lead with that to block. A lot of the time. So I'm wondering.
Can I just say something about that though?
Sure.
Having played that position, a lowering of the helmet when you're a running back isn't with intent to hit another guy in the helmet. Usually it's just to try to make yourself into something like, that's going to be able to get through some tackles better. And the contact of a lowered helmet from a running back usually is in the torso, not helmet to helmet.
I'm not saying that you're wrong.
And if you do lower your helmet as a running back, and you make contact with another helmet, it's because they lowered their helmet to you. You see what I'm saying? I should be able to get down into a sort of a duck position and be able to power through as a running back and never hit a helmet. Not if everybody else is doing what they're supposed to be doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I suppose. I'm not entirely sure why this was brought up, and that was the only explanation I could come up with.
That will be interesting to see if you start seeing them. I don't know if I've ever seen them go after an offensive player that way.
I think they might have on Derrick Henry once.
Fish Tank says, Roll Tide Kara in my league. I'm going to feed her a couple of picks because I want to see this kneecap trophy actually happen. Don't do it, Fish Tank. Do you play for real? You're playing for money. You're playing for pride. You're playing for integrity. And if you help one person with some sweetheart, picks and stuff or trades, that is against the rules. And I'll chuck you out of the league. I'll chuck her out of the league too, just so you feel horrible. Hefty Lefty says that's why anesthesiologists make the big bucks, and that and help pay for all the malpractice insurance. Guys, you're not helping. You're making her nervous. Don't do that. Good Cat says, gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's all he said.
Well,
I think he was starting to type something
and
accidentally just sent the first.
No,
part.
You just respond this way, Jeff. He goes, gentlemen. You go, good cat.
Good cat. Blissful A says, I heard Rex Grossman wants to return to the NFL and sign with the Colts. Shut up.
Wow.
The Jet says a duck position, like duck, that kind of thing. I was trying to think of.
Is that the scientific term for it?
Listen, when I played as a running back, I was frightened most of the time. That's why I was so fast. I was trying to not get killed. I was trying to get the yards to make a coach happy, and I was trying to not get destroyed. So
process.
So I didn't want to get hurt, and some of those dudes were way bigger than me. Running backs, we're not always the tallest or the biggest guys. We just have the biggest thighs. So, duck position was a good way to get a couple more yards and bowl through. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got to take a break. When we come back, a whole bunch more NFL and other certain, craziness. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
Hey, I just heard it was possible to get a customized auto quote from Liberty Mutual Insurance. 100% customized for what you need and not for what you don't. Have you ever asked, why should I pay for what I don't need? Like when I buy fancy mixed nuts, I don't want that big nut that takes up all the space. With Liberty Mutual, you can save money when you buy customized auto insurance. Pay only for what you need. This message was brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
If you're considering refinancing or getting a home loan, listen up. This is Dale Hellestray, and when you need a mortgage, the team I use is led by my good friend, Jeff Locks. And here's why. Jeff and his team negotiate with over 50 lenders to find the best possible deal. Your home has gone way up in value over the past year, so why not utilize your home equity to reduce your monthly expenses or even pay off some debts? Interest rates are still at all-time lows, and if you obtained your current mortgage prior to 2020, you can save a lot of money. Here's the best part. There's absolutely no lender fees. Jeff is truly Arizona's low-cost lender with over 30 years of experience. So call Jeff Locks, and if Jeff can't save you money, you'll get a free $50 Amazon gift card. This is a winning play, so call Jeff today, 480-202-0692. That's 480-202-0692.
Jeff Locks, NMLS number 1003782, National Mortgage License number 181106, Bear Financial Group, AZMB-0904774, Equal Housing Opportunity.
The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for before the season starts, man. You got to get yourself into the NFL Fanatic and Harmon Solar bringing back the NFL Fan Pick'em. You can win $1,580 cash for first place, and then $500 for second place. Go to 1580fanatic.com. Click on the link right there. It'll take you to another page. It'll explain to you what you got to do to get in there. And if you were in there last year, just go back over there and try, make sure everything's working, and you're good to go for the next season. So, and good luck to everybody. 888-368-1580.
And I'm already signed up, Jeff Cohen. I already have that $1,580 spent when I win the Fan Pick'em this year. Yeah.
Okay.
I already know what I'm going to do. So
I'm tired of telling you.
Ready to go. And I'm looking forward to getting that check.
Yeah. All right. You know what? You know what? You keep spinning. Go ahead. Just do what you want. I don't care.
Yep. I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Well, you're not eligible to win the money. You'll never, ever win the money. I tell you this almost every time we talk about this, but for some reason, you refuse to listen.
When did that happen?
Employees of CRC Broadcasting and family members and people we maybe know too well, not eligible to win prizes.
What the hell?
Sorry,
I've told you
this.
to put a going to put a kink in my whole plans here.
You know what? You have only yourself to blame because I have told you over and over and over again, this might be the last time I even bother to tell you.
You're going to have to send that back. It turns out I can't win.
Send what back?
I don't know. I have to ask Jeffrey.
What did you do? Well, first off, what made you think you were going to win, even if you're eligible?
I keep hearing you talking about the fan pick'em and being the best picker, and
that was me last year.
Well, and this year I fully I learned from you. I sat in the background. I watched in the shadows. I saw your strategies. I saw what you did, and I took copious notes, and so therefore I was ready to go this year because I really needed that $1,580 because I had some plans for it. But I told Miss Kim, just go ahead and take that thing back. So never mind.
Tell Kim that you have only yourself to blame for that because you don't listen.
Well, now she's mad at me, but I'm sure it's going to be okay. It's Miss Kim. She's very mild-mannered.
That will not be the first or last time she's mad at you for not listening.
Well, I mean, that's true because I had to sign a document this time saying that I'm sure I get to win the $1,580. But somehow I believe that she did not believe me when I said that. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whole lot, not my problem now, Randy.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
not your monkeys, not your circus.
For years and years.
Yeah.
Chief Skulls Burner says, Jeffrey, tell the truth. When you were running back, you were running for your life from a swarm of bees. I don't even know what that's a reference to. Not a fan of bees, but when I was younger, I was a little bit more apprehensive about them. I didn't like them. Now I'm a bit more chill, as long as they're not wasps. He says,
maybe he was talking about the women.
Yeah. And he says, have you guys figured out what you're doing about the draft? He says, I got to know how to plan my New York vacation with the family around and that whole Delta variant thing going on.
See, I told you the whole weekend thing. Yeah.
There's a lot of discussions about that right now, which is why there has not been any sort of announcement yet. We're doing our best trying to figure out what's smart, what's responsible, and what is even possible. So not giving up yet. Just stay tuned. I'll let you know if there's news on that.
We're never gonna give it up. Never gonna let you
turn off your microphone. Swave Dave says, just curious, do veteran texters go into early leagues or do they get seeded into all leagues? I've only been listening for a little over a year, but I try to listen every day. No, it has zero to do with that. It was not about being veteran texters. It's just we had a bunch of people already from last year in fantasy football leagues, and I was trying to give them all a chance to move over from the old platform to the new platform. And I've given them fair warning and I've given them a fair chance. So in the next couple of days, those spots are going to be taken by some new participants. And if the old texter comes up and says, hey, wait, what happened? Well, then I'll just put them in a new league. That's, you've had plenty of emails and warnings. We've talked about it on the radio. So, that's how that works, Swave Dave. So you are going to get put into maybe a league with some veteran texters. Maybe you just be in a whole new league with other guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just depends on how this thing happens.
Yeah, the whole thing's about having fun anyway. So just enjoy where you're at and enjoy playing the fantasy football. It's a lot of fun.
Straight Striper says, I love hearing Jeffrey rehash old days as a running back. You're probably so fast without that bulky helmet weighing you down like today. I'm curious, how uncomfortable were those old leather helmets?
I knew exactly where they were going with that.
Tell you what, though, I bet those old leather helmets were a lot more comfortable with up yours, Straight Striper. Skull says, I'm in a league of my own. No, actually,
Yes,
Skull,
are.
I know exactly what league you're in, and there's other people there. Fish Tank says, someone mentioned bees, and it reminded me of that scene in Tommy Boy when he gets pulled over and he just starts running around in a field yelling, bees, bees, so the cops wouldn't write them a ticket. That was genius. Good Cat says, what were you planning on buying with, like what? One massive cigar with the 1580, Randy?
Well, it was a cigar rolling outfit. I had a whole rig lined up from a guy.
Rolling outfit.
It's a whole rig, a cigar rolling. Listen, rolling cigars is an art, Phil. You would not know anything about that because you're an asthmatic. However, this is a whole rig.
That's not true.
And conveniently, it was exactly $1,580. And I got the Juan. He used to be. He's my friend. He came over here from Cuba.
You bought a Cuban?
Well, no. But I
Can you do
figured.
that?
No,
Can
no,
you
no.
buy an actual Cuban
listen,
to roll
let
cigars
the
for
record
you?
show that I did not buy a Cuban. I bought a rolling cigar rig, but now I have to take it back.
Now, is the uniform, is that for something that you can wear around the office, or is that just for Miss
leave the uniform out of it? I was going to rent a like one of those storage sheds.
Oh, you're going
and
to
stand
rent
out.
a Cuban? Okay.
What? No.
In the United States, we call that pay him.
Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Jeffrey,
Near the
no,
Home Depot.
no, it's not. No. There was no Home Depots involved. You guys, let's moving right.
I'm pretty
Let's talk
sure,
about the Colts.
I think Cubans-
Somebody tell me about the Colts. Who's your quarterback?
I'm pretty
Right,
sure
you don't have a quarterback.
Cubans don't hang around the Home Depot.
Oh,
Phil.
you're-
They'll hang around a cigar shop.
Your quarterback's a Cuban, is he?
What the hell's Randy
No-
talking about now?
No problems here. Moving right along.
Okay. Kiss the Cook says, I'm a great picker. Maybe that's why my wife keeps telling me to wash my hands. What? Robert Surprise says, what are you guys thinking about the new gambling policy in Arizona? We will finally be able to make parlay bets at the casinos here. Well, I think more importantly, you'll be able to sit there and make bets while you're in a stadium or in an arena. The Suns are on board with theirs. The Cardinals are on board with theirs. You have to imagine that the baseball is not too far behind, or are they going to not go near the gambling?
Baseball. Oh, they are
Baseball,
stodgy.
Phil.
Well,
They
they're
are
going
very
they're going to have to. And by the way, Phoenix Raceway, they also have a gambling partner.
There you go. Everybody's getting in on this, so it will be interesting to see if you find the same sorts of thing happening with the hockey and the baseball. What do we think about it? I don't know. Listen, I've seen some degenerate gamblers in my time waste an awful lot of money and lie to their mom and dad. And, along the way with killing horses, about how much money that they actually gambled. And I saw it did hurt. It did, it had an effect. So, even on our shows where we talk about gambling, they give out like gambling addiction hotlines and saying, hey, go get some help if you need it. But I kind of feel like the degenerate, addicted gamblers, they're not that big of a percentage of people who just do it for fun. I don't know that it's as damaging and horrible as some of the the prim and proper would have you think. I think there's a lot of people who will just do a little gambling here and there for entertainment purposes, but not literally bet their house and their health and happiness on it. So my thoughts on it, I'm good with it for now. Let's see how it goes. I think that it just adds another aspect to the entertainment value of this, So I don't know. There's been a lot of times where I've said, boy, I think I put $10 on these guys to win a championship. And then later on that something happened. I'm like, oh, I wish I'd actually had a bookie or something to do that, but it was never legal here. Now, if I'm sitting there going, yeah, I bet $10 on that team to do this, I can actually go do it. There's just a place right around the corner here.
Yeah, there is.
Literally. So I'm okay with it. What do you guys say about this? What do you think it's going to, the gambling policies in Arizona, is this going to be a positive thing for the state? Is it going to be okay with everybody doing this, or is this going to make stuff weird? I don't know.
I don't think it's going to make things weird. Phil, do you think it's going to make things odd? No. I think it's just going to add to, like Jeffrey said, it's going to add to the entertainment value, as long as people can be responsible about it. And there are going to be those that are going to have trouble with it. But as long as we can provide them with opportunities to get help when they need help. So, Bob Swirsky, remember that whole incident episode here? Yeah.
He had to figure it out before his wife got home.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
So, yeah, I mean, with alcohol, there's going to be people who abuse. With the marijuana, people will abuse. With food, there are people who abuse. Look at those people in the Midwest. I'm just saying that with everything, there's going to be outliers of tragedy, but for the most part, I think people will be okay.
But how do people abuse? There's that. How does one? Do they eat too much?
Okay, so. There are some other drugs being introduced into it. So if this is not your daddy or your granddaddy's weed, this stuff is powerful and a little bit dangerous. And the edibles, which everybody's like, oh, candy, but that with a high level of whatever the hell they're putting in it, you don't know what they're putting in it. That can also be a killer. So it's more serious than just the old hippie going, peace, love, war, man. It's gone crazy.
It's so medicinal.
I'm just saying it ain't as innocent as you think it is. And the people who know what they're talking about know what I'm talking about. So,
all right, Big Steve, no more post-show meetings.
Wow.
Yeah. So beware of the opioids and beware of the garbage they're putting into your marijuana these days, kids. It's it ain't all safe out there, I'm going to say. Thundar Santa Barbarian says, "Who is good cat talking to, by the way? No gentlemen around here. Am I right, people?"
Hey, high five, high five.
Shut up. Blissful Day says, as a Bears fan, I want BU to be a winning head coach for a change. Now, that wouldn't be him.
Yeah.
So I doubt it.
I mean, I could see that. Yeah. Not going to happen, but yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, I disagree, Jeffrey. Defenders are taught low man wins, so they aim for the hips. So if a running back dips their head and gets popped with a helmet, it's their fault. No, it's not, because they also have the added issue of having to not lower their helmet into another person's helmet. If the running back has already got his helmet down and there's contact, that's on the defender. You know what? I'd say second man to the lowering the helmet party loses. So whether it's the offense or the defense, as long as they're fair on the replay, I think you and I, Hefty Lefty, can shake hands and say, fair enough, fair enough. What do you guys say? Yay? Nay?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, guys, that's 2 hours down and 1 to go. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Do you have great credit? And are you good with your money? If so, I bet you're in a low rate 15 or 30-year mortgage. But guess what? You're in the wrong loan. I guarantee it. You see, on a Life Changer loan, not only will your monthly payments go down, but you'll probably pay off your mortgage in under 5 years without changing a dime of spending habit. Sound too good to be true? It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
ADOT presents Terrifying Jobs.
Bull Rider, take 2.
Today we're talking with Clifford Maxwell, a rodeo bullfighter. His job? Distract raging bulls from going after thrown riders. Cliff, this seems like a really terrifying job. Why do you do it?
I love protecting the bull riders when they get bucked up.
How big are these bulls?
12 to 2,200 pounds of pure muscle.
You're not cowed by any of this, obviously. Is there anything that scares you?
Yeah. Distracted drivers terrify me.
This message is brought to you by ADOT, the ADA, and this station.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical weight loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical weight loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
There's a time to be fearful and a time to be calm, a time to be aggressive and a time to be conservative, especially when it comes to investing. You've heard the phrase, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, president of Compact Asset Management. At Compact, we strive to provide you with the tools and experience it takes to be in the right place at the right time to grow and protect your hard-earned money. Call pound 250 on the cell phone and say talk to Mo, and let's check your goals together. You'll get a free portfolio review and risk analysis, and we'll focus on your investment strategies. Call pound 250 on your cell phone and say talk to Mo, or visit us online at compact.com. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And a good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Phil pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. And I got to say, anybody who were to come along, say, the next day and read through the text line as it ends up being at the end of this show, they'd be like, what the hell are these people talking about?
Yeah.
Of course, then again, anybody who tunes in to this program live is a lot of times say, what the hell are these people talking about? But
Bad fan usually says that, yes.
So I'm just going to launch into these texts and let's see if you guys can figure out what the hell these people are talking about. Mr. Pringle says there's only 2 negatives of smoking too much marijuana. 1, you get less marijuana. 2, I forgot number 2. All right. Thank you, Mr. Pringle. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Let's see. Hefty Lefty says, I agree. The first person with their head down is absolved of the penalty. We're talking about helmet-to-helmet contact. I, as a former running back, don't worry, not in the NFL. You'd lower down to go into a pile or something, and the defensive guy lowers his helmet. I said, well, that guy should be the one in trouble, and he says no, the other guy. And I said, oh, how about this? First one with their head down, absolved of the penalty. The second person with their head down, they're coming in with intent. So I figured that was a fair way of doing it. And Hefty Lefty agrees. Says, I just see it so often that a defender is already going to go down low, not leading with the crown of the helmet. And then the offensive player lowers their head, and then the defensive player always gets the penalty when physically they couldn't change their target in a quarter of a second. Defenders are just put in progressively more impossible situations. Well, I'd say that if you're going to throw the flag on somebody for helmet-to-helmet contact, that's an automatic review. I don't think a coach should have to have that reviewed.
Isn't it already though an automatic review? They can't throw the player out until they actually go to videotape and make sure they saw what they saw.
It's a good point. I don't know. If it's not, they should, because you got to make sure you're getting that one right. Swave Dave says, to be fair. Come on, Phil.
To be fair.
Fair enough. Play ball. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, just punch the time clock. It's really warm up here. Can I get me a cold beer, please? And Boomer Sooner. Randy, it's been a while. How about a Boomer Sooner?
Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner.
What is he talking about? Just punch the time clock. I don't understand what that was about. King of Kitten says pineapple. Okay. Robert Surprise says, I think when the running back is going through the hole, he has no idea where the hit is coming from. And it's a self-defense mechanism to lower your head. Yeah, that's what I call it. The duck. It should be called on the defensive player. Yeah, but like I said, first person with their head down should win. King Kitten says, I went to the car wash after work, just trying to do my part. That's right. Thank you for that. Since you went and got your car washed, that means what? More rain on the way. And we sure could use it.
That's true. Yeah. That's always a good omen.
My plants have never looked better in the backyard. And oh, by the way, my wife says I can share the cantaloupe with if anybody likes cantaloupe.
Oh, your wife said that.
Don't even think about saying that out loud. I had to tell somebody on 2 different social medias to stop looking at my wife's melons. And one of them was Big Steve's girlfriend.
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
On Twitter. She's like, ooh, nice melons. Like, I'll have you, my eyes are up here. Mr. Pringle, thank you for that. Chamoy says, what's the downside of legalizing betting? Coming from a degenerate, of course. I don't know. I can't think of any except for the people who, let it get out of control. That's all.
Yeah.
Chamoy said, that was Chamoy that said that. Kiss the Cook says, yep, Randy is right. Phil is an asthmatic. It's asthmatic.
No, I said asthmatic.
But you might both be right. Fish Tank says, asthma. Skull is in my league, and I assure you the Vikings will not be winning that Super Bowl. Just the tip says, I think the Buffalo Bills 2021 draft was one for the top drafts for need ever. They already had excellent ball handlers, decent defense. Top 4 draft picks were O-line and defensive line. That's where they needed the help. If these linemen play well, the Bills are going to be a dominant factor.
Yeah, well, they were almost there this year. So
They made it all the way to the
it's going to be
championship
exciting to see what they do in 2021-22.
That is the sign of a good GM. You go for what you need and get quality and not go for the flashy. And, you don't go for the shiny things. That's how Chris Ballard is, and he's done an excellent job in drafts as well. So good on you and your Bills there, buddy. Cohen's Kiddo says, Bears are practicing Eddie Jackson safety at wide receiver, and I think it's genius. He can intercept Dalton and score an offensive pick 6 or tackle when there's turnovers. Then it's Justin Fields time. Yeah, I like that. Fighting Wampa says, hey, Randy, can I get a Fighting Wampa? Gee whiz, how do you even do that?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that.
No, what the hell are you doing?
No, I think
Like you
that
got to
was-
get into the.
Who said the Wampa was
Don't think so. I feel suddenly very violated.
I feel ill. Well, what is a Wampa? Hefty Lefty says, I wasn't even a defensive player when I played. I played quarterback in high school, so I'm all about the offense. But I like to see good defensive showings. Otherwise, we may as well be watching 7 versus 7 flag. Oh, of course, you a prim and proper quarterback who didn't have to get his damn hands dirty while the running back was going head first into the abyss. Let me tell you something there, quarterback, Hefty Lefty. You know as well as I did, that you're playing in high school. There's always other guys in the team who look like, well, they just got paroled. You know what I'm saying? They look like grown-ass men, playing against little kids. There's always those guys, and they always put them on defense. And all you had to do was run away and throw the ball. Some of us had to get down in the trenches and get dirty. That's why when the cheerleaders would give us cake, they'd give us cakes and stuff on game day. I never handed my cake to a quarterback. Always handed it to an offensive lineman. I hope you did the same, Hefty Lefty. Chief Skulls Burner says, to be fair, I decided to rant on Twitter. I'm politically tweeting my ass off these days. Hell is frozen over. What are you talking about? Political? Wrong place. Thunder Santa Barbarian says downside of legalized gambling would be extinction of horses, especially in the Scottsdale area. If you know what I mean.
Well, and he doesn't really do that there in Scott. It's always like Del Mar, Santa Anita.
Downside, he says, of legalized marijuana, loss of brain cells. And listen, in the United States in 2021, the horses would be the greater loss, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Good Cat says, bought a bottle of Rust Be Gone. On the back, it says, don't apply to any Ford products. Wonder why. Randy, how about a Fighting Antelope death call for me? I am about 100% sure they don't do that.
It still
I
scares me.
I got that right there. Always ready.
I don't think there's anybody really who could verify that.
Yeah.
Or
No, because
disprove
they're
it.
all dead, Jeffrey.
Right. If you hear that out in the wilderness, it's too late. No, it's too late. If you hear that, it's too late. It's over.
Robert in Surprise says, I think Burners Jeffrey's handing out cake. What did I miss? You guys, wasn't that a tradition at most high schools that the on game day, like a bunch of girls would bake cakes and give them to you?
Yeah, Jeffrey.
If you played in the football
really
team?
should stop telling that story. It's like the grandma who talks about giving away thongs to everybody.
What?
Yeah, cake has translated
What the
into
hell
something
is he
else
talking
these
Excuse
days.
me? The grandmother, what? Say that again.
What grandmother gives away thongs?
Yeah.
Oh
well,
my God.
Yeah,
No.
my grandma used to
No.
go down to Mexico and give away thongs.
Your grandma, maybe. Yeah.
Where's the wire brush? I need to clear out my ears and my brain.
No, it was a thing where cheerleaders and pep squad people would bake little, not like giant cakes, but like little cake about that size.
If you're giving away cake these days, it's not it's dirty.
Ooh.
I have
What's
no idea
dirty
what you're
about
talking about.
I'm telling you, man. If you are into chocolate cake, then you are wanting something.
Why you
Two
always got to
bits.
do this?
I'm
Why
not.
you
No,
gotta
no, no,
ruin
no.
my
This is not
childhood?
me. This is
Why-
not me. This is.
I remember in the drum line, we had a cheer with the cheerleaders, a 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, a buck. Hey, all you cheerleaders. And I guess you could change that to say,
Yeah.
how about a cake?
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
No,
Yes.
but I'm sure some of the cheerleaders did give away their cake.
I don't know what he's talking about. Listen,
I'm
This is
confused.
not a me thing.
I'm talking pastries. Damn it! I'm talking baked goods.
Well, they
That's
are
all
good.
I'm talking.
They are good.
And the cheerleaders would give players the baked goods. Sometimes I get 2 or 3 of those, and I would hand them over to offensive line.
Wow.
I hope
You get 2 or 3 of them, Jeffco?
I hope your wife's mother's not listening.
Girls liked me. But I always take care of my boys because they're the ones who not only helped pave the way, they were also the ones that rescued me when someone was trying to kill me.
Yeah.
It's always a smart move. I'm sure Phil enjoyed some cakes. All right, maybe we should stop there. Hefty Lefty
Ooh.
says, I was the lead blocker for my running back on some plays. 250-pound quarterback's pretty useful against high school linebackers. We had a guy named Noah. Do I need to say more about how dainty our quarterback was?
Sounds like a guy who had a full ride scholarship to BYU.
Yeah, his backup was Thad. Okay, so
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
there was nobody blocking in the quarterback room, if you know what I'm saying. He says, but yes, I had a very good relationship with the lineman. I paid for bottomless pasta at
There
Olive
we
Garden.
go. There we
Randy
go.
and I know for a fact if you go into Olive Garden bottomless, you will be thrown out.
Yep. Yeah, that was embarrassing. We
Yeah, with
totally
only-
got that wrong.
With only
Yeah.
your breadstick showing.
Yeah. Robert in Surprise says, sorry, my old iPhone X is just kind of wigging out over here. Thundar Santa Barbarian says, the sound on YouTube is really wonky today. Cuts in and out. App seems to be more reliable. Okay. I think
that
we're
could-
having internet issues
Yeah,
or
that
something.
could be on our end.
It's more on Phil's end than anything.
My cake.
See here. Boomer Sooner says, Jeffrey, that's not what happened in my high school. On game days, cheerleaders would hand out their phone numbers for the time after the game, if you know what I mean. Well, what do you think was in the cake? Phil, this is you. Why are you sending me that? Okay. Oh, that's dumb.
It's
You know
not
what?
a me thing.
Just because it's in the Urban Dictionary and just because a
Ooh.
bunch of brainless idiots say it doesn't mean that anybody listening to this show is making the same degenerate mistake that you are, Phil.
Listen, it may not be my birthday, but we still enjoy cake.
I like pie. Just a Tip says, why didn't Kyler Murray ever date supermodels? Oh, Jesus. I'm just going to stop right there. Yeah.
There's your whistle.
You might want to give him 2 for that one. That was it.
Nope. That's 2.
By the way, he says, it's raining like hell at my house over at 32nd Street and Greenway.
There you go. Told
Good.
you about the big storm. It's rotating around. It's coming into the valley.
Good Cat says, if you think you're having a bad day, remember it's not as bad as the reporter in Wales that went live on the BBC video there with a giant marital aid on the shelf behind her.
What?
A marital aid?
Rhymes with Bilbo.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Cheese Skulls Burner says, Filthy Phil is taking cake. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even read.
Ooh.
I got to stop right there. Ukla Mock says, watch out, Notorious J.O.B. Can't read that one. Damn. Kiss the Cook says, requesting Blender permission to change my moniker to Richard Tucker. No, you can't. No. No. Jagdog says, Philip, just when I wanted to praise you for the first time ever for saying the 49ers are Super Bowl bound, you go and say chocolate cake is some sort of sexual innuendo?
Well, cake is, but if you enjoy chocolate cake, I won't judge you on your taste.
Phil, shut the hell up. Happy Lefty says, was the marital aid also a BBC?
We are professionals on this show.
Okay, I better start talking about stuff. We are caught up on the text line. All right, the NFL, we were talking about how they were going to really be paying close attention to helmet-to-helmet contact. They're also going to be paying really close attention to taunting. They said the NFL, yes, we will be stricter enforcement of taunting. Again, I don't feel like this was something that they were missing last year. And here and there, come on, let that go. I mean, if somebody's in somebody's face, like just him up, put the peace sign in his face. That's just, come on, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Let them have a little bit of fun. A little bit of a jib, a little bit of a jab. When it gets to be aggressive taunting, when it gets to be, all right, well, that's out of control, then I understand maybe something. But for the fact that they're saying we're going to be enforcing the taunting penalties even more strictly, that does not bode for fun this year, does it?
No.
Well, I think after a tackle, if a defender gets off of the person they just tackled and they start doing that, that
mean mug.
Yeah, the mean mug. But the thing that I worry about is when they jump up real fast and they take that big step. I'm worried about the ball handler that they just tackled. Are they going to get stepped on? Perhaps a hand broken, maybe an ankle broken because they take that step, and it's kind of it's avoidable if you don't get up and start showing off that big, you guys know what I mean? After they make a big hit and then the defender gets up, he's like, oh, and he's taking that big
and they
step.
do the stomp step
that
thing.
stomp step away. I think you should clear the guy before you do anything like that. And then it won't be.
Who got stepped on last year? I didn't see.
Well, there was a couple of times when I saw guys get tackled and I was like, oh, he just missed this guy's hand or his head or his ankle. We've got to be aware. I know it's a very passionate sport. I know guys get really pumped up when they make a big hit, but you got to be aware that these guys, you could really injure somebody if you do that.
I feel like that they're already kind of aware of where the parts are. You know what I mean? Because if they jump up and stomp, they could very well hurt themselves too. So I have yet to see somebody jump up and accidentally stomp on a guy and break an ankle
I don't
or do
know.
anything like that. I think
I've seen guys lose their brains and stomp on offensive guys.
Well, that guy gets thrown out.
Ndamukong Suh is one of them, and I can't think of the other guy right off the top of my head.
He got what he had coming to him when he did that, but that happens so rarely. But I don't like a guy jumping up and you're like flexing on a guy and doing that stompy stomp thing. But a little motion, a little like a little bye bye. I don't got any problem with that.
Well, to Randy's point, there was that one guy, if you remember back in 2014.
See how far you have to go back for this though.
Lamar Houston for the Bears. He tackled Jimmy Garoppolo for the Patriots, and he tore his ACL while celebrating a sack in the fourth quarter.
Well, he gets what he has coming.
Yeah, and the funny thing is because looking back, I was like, yeah, that happened. Why do I remember that? They were getting blown out. The Bears were, and they're in the fourth quarter, and he's celebrating.
That's another thing.
A backup sack.
Yeah.
Dear God, if you're getting your ass kicked, and you get up and you make a sack, and you get up and you're doing all. Do you know how stupid you look? You're down 35 points. You make a sack. Just get up and go back to your huddle, man.
Yep.
He tears his ACL.
It's like in baseball when somebody hits a solo home run and their team is down 15 to 1 and they're celebrating.
Exactly.
Come on, man. You have, but that doesn't have anything to do with this. The NFL is strictly enforcing taunting penalties. I say that they were doing just fine before. So all this is going to do is You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're right, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Chief Skulls Burner says, you guys got internet pineapples all over the place today.
Mm.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of weather going on outside.
Everything's growing in the garden, including pineapples.
And we're sure that the internets via Cox Communications are probably taking some sort of a beating too. So whatever. We do what you can, man. We do what you can. Good Cat says, don't read the caption. Here's the picture. All right. There's a picture of the BBC. And it looks like, yeah.
Ooh.
It's not very big. It looks like a book, like the bookshelf. You got the book in there. What do they call those things? They hold the books up. Oh, my vocabulary has just left me.
Bookends.
Yeah, she's. It looks like it's something for that, but no. You look closer. No, that ain't what that.
And
is.
it was in the store, just in aisle.
No,
plain up on aisle 5.
No, I think she's broadcasting from her house, and on the shelf behind her, they always get a bookshelf. Yeah. And
Good heavens.
Bookshelf behind her, a couple of books, a couple of magazines, and Rhymes with Bilbo. You're right there.
Wow.
And it's not very big. That's the other thing.
We better
just take a break.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, more NFL stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Contractors, are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. Serving all types of contractors of any size, licensed in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit CBIalliance.com.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
at earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100-plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is now your exclusive home for the 6-time world champion
Indoor Football League's Arizona Rattlers. Tune in to The Fanatic for all of the fast-paced, hard-hitting action.
Listen as the Arizona Rattlers vie for the playoffs and their 7th championship in team history. Arizona Rattlers football, exclusively on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stay with Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. The Verizon 200 at the Brickyard is on Sunday, 9 a.m. actually. I thought it was starting later than that, Randy. It turns out it's at 9 a.m. Sunday morning for the start. So be sure to tune in for that if you like some motor racing. And this is an important race, but I was confused. It used to be I thought it was the Brickyard 400, but now it's the Verizon 200 at the Brickyard. Why'd they make it a shorter race?
Well, they've transformed instead of the NASCAR's Cup Series cars racing on the quad oval there, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now they're making them run on the road course. I don't understand it. I don't know that it's going to be that big of a difference. You're in Indianapolis. People there love racing. but they're going to make these big, heavy cup cars race on the Indianapolis road course rather than the quad oval. It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't make the calls. And the race will be here on 1580. The Fanatic should be a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks, Randy. Let's clean up the text line, and then we'll go on to the next thing. Boogie says, you know who makes great chocolate cake? Mark Sanchez.
Ooh.
Dirty Sanchez? All right.
Well, hey, butt fumble.
Ukla Mock says, can we taunt you and Phil, or do we get a penalty? Yeah, here's the thing. You can taunt all you want, make it funny. But if it's just kind of stupid and needlessly mean, I ain't gonna read it. Swave Dave says, so in the COVID era, if you stick your tongue out and give somebody the raspberries, do you get ejected?
You mean like
I think they'd count that as a taunt. I don't know if there'd be ejection, but I see what you're saying, Slave Dave. You're COVID all over the place. I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see how the next couple of weeks go, Dave. King of Kitten says, I can't read that. King Kiss the Cook says, why is Phil so hooked on pastries today? Was his previous job responsibility refilling cream donuts? I could go so many different ways. Just going to go to the next thing.
Probably good.
Just the Tip says, I know Phil has an ASU degree. He's knowledgeable about sports, runs the board and everything. However, I get the sense that ultimately he's about as useful as a knitted condom. All right. Thanks, Just the Tip. Okay. So the Seattle Seahawks have cut Aldon Smith for an off the field matter. Do we know what the off the field matter was? Anybody know?
Aldon Smith?
Yeah,
I believe this is a holdover from his earlier offseason trouble.
Wow.
Oh, so when he got arrested for the alleged second-degree battery charge in Louisiana?
Yeah, I believe that this is just the investigation came back, the reports came back, and now they just don't like what they saw.
All right. Well, this guy has always been a little bit of a thug, but he sure had some promise there as a player. He was in Dallas, and that's just such a shame to see. He had his issues. He fought past them. I think it was the drug issues, and so that's too bad to see. By the way, Boogie should know this, but I'm sure Boogie is proud of this. I'm sure Boogie loves him some Dan Campbell. This coach is like a soundbite a practice. Last thing he said was, hey, I think we're fortunate because I do believe we got some talented players this team. They got grit. That's a good thing, And I'll tell you what, I said this when I walked in. There's another guys who are here. I think Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn did a great job. There's no turds here. There's no turds. There are no turds here on the Detroit Lions. There are no turds.
Okay.
So, wow. So, ankle biter coach is complimenting his team, saying there are no turds here. That's the best you can do.
I love it.
Where did he go to college?
I don't care. I love it. I love the way this guy is talking positive. He's coming in with a new attitude. He's not going to let the whole history drag him down. He's not going to give in to the media there that are expecting him to start losing faith in this team. Listen, this guy is a very positive coach, and he wants his team to turn it around.
I got you. I remember the great "There are no turds here" speech of Tom Landry back in 1968. It was
he said it
turning point.
Much turning point. Well, he was much more mellow about it. I mean, Tom Landry didn't lose his bleep over anything. The guy was just, very well put together and had his, But listen, it's Dan Campbell, former player. I love it. I love the way he's going about it.
He went to Texas A&M.
Okay, well, there you go. He says there's no bad guys. The guys work now. We don't have lazy guys. We don't have those lazy guys, and that's a good thing.
I love it.
No turds in Detroit, Boogie, except for the entire team, the Detroit Lions. 888-368-1580.
You guys will see. You keep talking. Me and Boogie, we believe. We believe.
So is it true? Did Gardner Minshew ever finally poop? Did he ever finally poop?
He has
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I guess in the old quarterback fight there, he says he hadn't taken a bleep in weeks. Number two is not an option for me. Number one's the only option for me. I just remembered that, and I wonder if he'd ever.
I have not heard anything about him taking a number two.
You don't want to be the linebacker that puts a hit on Gardner Minshew in the first game. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, according to Randy, he would never know whether or not Gardner Minshew did take a number two, because according to Randy, Gardner Minshew's number two don't stink.
Right.
So I guess you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, he wouldn't
Nope.
notice.
Be like, smell like flowers here. This is amazing.
Yep. That's exactly right. You guys have it.
Just the Tip says, as long as we're still on football, Jeffrey, when you did stand-up comedy, what were your influences, sources, seeds that you used to write jokes? I didn't have any influences. I just did. The show has not been impacted or formatted by your typical sport. Randy's the same way, and Phil clearly the same way. So
I do beat my own drum.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're getting at, Just the Tip, but just in case, up yours. Cheese Skulls Burner says COVID has shortened everything, Jeffrey. The quad oval. Hopefully that COVID doesn't go after Kyler Murray. Seriously, why you got to go there? Why you got to do that? Thundar Santa Barbarian says no turds here. So either the team is hot bleep or the coach is full of bleep. All right.
Why does it have to be that way? Why can't this guy just be a positive football coach?
Because
and he wants to turn the culture around in Detroit. And he wants to have a good team. Why do you guys always have to make it so negative?
Because Randy, coffee is a laxative. There's definitely turds around Dan Campbell.
He's laxative too. I realize that now. Hefty Lefty says Minshew needs the Metamucil from the ad stat. Lamont says, okay, I don't understand what these people are saying today. People are weird today. Today's a weird day. Yesterday was like a Friday day on the show.
Well, it is hump day.
Today, I don't know, it's the weather or what, but you guys.
Could be.
It's swirling, man. It's swirling.
Could be.
So as far as, old Gardner Minshew not pooing for a couple of weeks, which by the way, he's kidding. He doesn't really mean that.
You think so?
So Gardner Minshew, when he says that, he was just kidding around, messing with reporters. Kirk Cousins, on the other hand, have they made him his plexiglass case for playing football yet? He says he'll encase himself in plexiglass before he ever gets vaccinated. And because he said that, now, as you know, the hospital from his hometown that he used to do stuff with, they're like, try not to come around here no more. We don't want anything to do with you because you sound stupid. Tell you what, if you could encase yourself in plexiglass, I think all quarterbacks would do that just so they wouldn't get sacked so much. Andrew Luck would come back if you were allowed to do that.
Plexiglass?
How could you throw the ball through the plexiglass?
Yeah, your arm out there like this and just, I don't know.
No.
That could like dislocate the arm if they
No.
Listen, Kirk Cousins is the genius behind the idea. Don't ask me, ask this guy. You put him in the plexiglass there and maybe he'll have like a potato gun to shoot it out. Maybe. I don't know. I don't have all the, this is Kirk Cousins design. Somebody else is going to have to, go steal it and show it to us because he's seriously considering playing plexiglass.
There are some things he would rather play in plexiglass.
Remember what happened to Andy Reid when he wore the face shield?
The welder's mask.
And it got all foggy in there.
Yep.
Imagine how foggy that plexiglass case that Kirk Cousins wants to put himself
Well, I
into
mean,
would be.
can't you somehow modify that so you've got some more airflow going?
Honestly, not a whole lot of oxygen has gotten to Kirk Cousins' brain in his time. So I don't know if that's even going to be an issue, but I'm more worried about the fogginess. So he won't be able to see. Yeah. So
can he see right now is the question.
I'm not sure what he sees right now.
See?
Hefty Lefty says when Minshew finally does poo, he might beat Randy Marsh's world record of 183 Courics. I don't. What is a Couric?
That's how they measure.
Yeah, I'm already
believe
sorry.
she was
It's a South Park episode.
Katie Couric.
I believe she was a newscaster. Katie Couric.
Katie Couric.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Kiss the Cook says so. Dan Campbell went to Texas A&M, so no jokes about him going to Brown University, I guess. Yeah, this is just getting worse and worse as we go.
I don't get that.
Hey, the other day we were talking about whiskey in flavoring things and other things flavoring whiskey. And I've always said, a man drinks whiskey flavored whiskey. You know what I'm saying? You don't need flavored whiskey. You guys with your peanut butter whiskey, you guys with whatever. No, don't drink the chick whiskey. Just have whiskey.
Yeah.
Why are you messing with a good thing? And then somebody says, well, what if you had a Guinness beer float where you pour Guinness onto some vanilla ice cream? Some people have said that's absolutely a man card violations. Others have said, no, that's a tasty dessert in which the beer is an ingredient, not the main event. And I've been having, some difficulty with that because I see both sides of it. And it's just been causing me some issues. And, now here's something else. Hard seltzer, nothing I would ever drink. Nothing I would ever drink with this mouth. Just feel like it's just an abomination. It's worse, I think, than a wine cooler, to be honest. So now you guys then says, hey, have you had any of that Mike's Hard Lemonade? And I'm like, well, I like lemonade, and if it had vodka in it, yeah, fine. I've had a screwdriver, which is orange juice with vodka. That's a different kind of thing. But really, give me a beer, give me a whiskey. That's all I care about. But here's the thing. Mountain Dew is coming out next year with a hard Mountain Dew, 5% alcohol. It's like seltzer-ish, I guess. I don't know what it is.
Right? If it comes from a
it's got to be Mountain Dewish.
Yeah. So of course there's Mountain Dew flavored Mountain Dew, watermelon and black cherry. These all are hitting the stores, in the spring. And it's Mountain Dew alcoholic drinks called just hard Mountain Dew. So I'm not sure that it's a seltzerish thing. It might be a little bit more, I don't know, more flavor to it than just seltzerish. I don't know. I'm not sure yet how this is going to go. And there's no caffeine in it. So I don't know what the point of this is. I don't know.
Sounds pretty gimmicky, when we're talking about your favorite soda pop, Jeffco.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty gimmicky to me.
Don't know what to make of this. The seltzers, like the White Claw, that's definitely not manly. I think what we've determined is, fine, I don't give a crap what you drink. 602 Pats fan says, hard seltzer tastes like TV static.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually the best description I've ever heard. I've never had hard seltzer, but I've had somebody gave me a sip of seltzer water once, and I was like, yeah. So, no, thank you. So Mountain Dew branded alcoholic drinks coming in 2022. Well, I guess until then, if you want an alcoholic drink that tastes like pee, you just have some Coors Light, and then that'll do it. But, we lost Randy again. Daggone that stupid internet. Hefty Lefty says, I also liken the Guinness float to a baked Alaska, which has brandy flambéed over the top. Oh, also Cherry's Jubilee, where you've got a brandy and you light it on fire before you put it on the ice cream. I got to tell you, I'm kind of feeling like a Guinness float would not be a violation because you're adding Guinness to something else, not something else to the Guinness.
You are so wishy-washy.
I'm not wishy-washy. I am taking a lot of time to consider this and make sure I get it right.
No, I swear you've made decrees on this at least 3 times on either side.
Well, because then I always will sort of err on the side of caution and say, no, can't do it. But that doesn't mean I'm right. I listen, I am trying to get this right. So I'm leaving the door open for the Guinness float. That's all I'm saying. Straight Striper says peanut butter and jelly shots are delicious. I have no doubt they are something that's very delicious for you and your frat girlfriends. He says peanut butter whiskey with Chambord, which is raspberry liqueur shaken with ice. Yeah, listen, Straight Striper, we know you love the flavored drinks and stuff. But yeah, sorry. No, thank you. Mr. Wilbur says, rain in Midtown Phoenix. Yeah, that's a news flash. Swave Dave says, you guys are the best. No wonder the others will want to emulate your show. The Daily Vitamix, Ninja Blend Tech. What? Kane Kitten says, 2 hard seltzers over ice last me as long as 6-pack IPAs with less calories and less alcohol. Maybe not manly, but it's a healthier thing for me. Well, that's an interesting thought. Yeah. If you got to be so healthy, you drink drinks that taste that bad, maybe just give up drinking.
Healthier is not always better, though.
No.
Because did you see that food poisoning story with
Randy's back.
Denzel Mims?
Yeah, I noticed that. Why? But what's the deal in that?
So he ate. He won't confirm whether or not he got the salmon in question from his team's cafeteria. But
they made gas station sushi.
No, he ate a plate of bad salmon. And it caused him to lose 20 pounds.
Good
20
God.
pounds.
Why can't I get that?
Yeah, he said that he missed the offseason practices as he had to deal with the severe effects. He vomited for 2 weeks and required antibodies.
Lucky.
Because of an infection.
Just Tip says, enjoying my way through a bottle of Suntory Toki, fabulous flavor, smooth finish, and a kick. Any y'all or fourth dimensioners have opinions on Suntory? I had a bottle. I no longer have a bottle. If that tells you, it is good stuff. He says the only whiskey I like with flavor is the Jack Daniel's honey. That's actually pretty good. Still, no, don't want flavor. Don't need honey. I mean, disclaimer. If you got a sore throat, you can drink some Jack Daniel's honey. I don't know if that actually does you any good, but at least you can say you're trying. Daylight Drew says, hey, fellas, it is raining with the sun out. Love it. Please pour me a Tower Station IPA. There you go, Randy. Get that man himself a Tower Station IPA. You always feel weird just pouring somebody an IPA. Don't you just have a real beer? Why are you doing that to yourself? Cheese Skulls Burner says, Jeffrey, that's my quarterback, man. Don't you dare bag on Kirk Cousins for believing plexiglass is the end all of keeping COVID at bay. He's being responsible. He's a responsible numbskull, but he's being responsible. Sorry, Chief Skull. I apologize. Bruno Baller says, is Randy playing internet peekaboo with us today? He's
Could
not,
be.
but his internet is.
Yeah.
He's playing internet whack-a-mole. He has to keep going out there and resetting his internet with a hammer.
Yeah, I'm ready to whack-a-mole something. All right. Yeah.
It's time for your weekly call to Cox Cable, I guess. Kiss the Cook says, I've got bourbon flavored maple syrup. Does that count? No. See, that's maple syrup with the other thing as an ingredient. That's why I'm coming around to the Guinness float.
I've got the confession to make here.
He's got a confession to make.
My dog. The wedding party and myself.
That's great. Well, what's the confession about?
I've been smoking these cigars. They're
It's because they got some cognac on.
If it starts, I'm smoking the cigars. I'm down to 7.
You call her. You're gonna have to lose some people in your wedding.
Yeah. Well, you know what? To be honest, I've dished out cigars before, very nice cigars, and they have not been heated. So maybe if I get down to 3, I won't feel so bad.
3 sounds right.
Yeah.
Swave Dave says, thank you for considering Guinness floats. Has anyone out there tried it against man coat? Well, first off, I don't think I've declared it a for sure thing. I said it's still under consideration. Has anybody tried it? That's the other thing. I could be going through all this trouble right now, and it's something that would just taste horrible. And it would be pointless to even consider. So should I try it?
Yes, you should try it. Otherwise, you're the number one person to knock things. If you haven't tried it and you like both things, then you are an incompetent boob, I believe was
The
yours.
problem is if I try it and then declare it a man card violation, I have then violated man card, something I have yet to do as the Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner.
Just R&D, Jeffco. This is R&D. You're doing this for men everywhere. It has nothing to do with your man card.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm slowly considering and deliberating on this because, by God, we've got to get this right.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back on this date in Big George's sports history and a bunch of cool stuff in the wheel of sports. Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits, including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you're looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
I can pop a beer in here, right? Your cousin from Boston. This here is Sam Adams Boston Lager. It's my go-to beer. Not too heavy, not too light. Oh boy. Whoopsie daisy. Oh no. Is there somebody that can help? Come on in the room. It poured right in the keyboard. Relax. I spill beer on my computer all the time. Sam Adams Boston Lager. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Massachusetts. Drink responsibly.
I need tech that can make me as productive in my home office as I am at my office.
It's possible with Staples Connect.
How about tech that will help me focus on my work and my workouts?
Also possible. Staples Connect has all the tech you need to work and learn from home. And now Apple AirPods Pro are only $179. That's $70 off. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or at staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. N731 Limit 2 in-store only.
Mortgage rates keep dropping. Whether you're looking to reduce your payments, pull cash out, or shorten your term, take advantage of District Lending's new lower rates. 15-year fixed rates as low as 1.99% APR and 30-year fixed rates as low as 2.49% APR. Call or text 480-694-7890 or check out districtlending.com/rates. That's districtlending.com/rates. NMLS 183-5285, Equal Housing Lender. Mortgage rate subject to change. This is not a commitment to lend.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145. 10. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
The Fanatic.
David Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And sometimes people text in stuff to the show. It was really intended for somebody else.
Ooh, goody. I love this.
Just a tip, text in, babe, I love you. That thing you were talking about last night? Hell yes. We can do that again tonight after Two Brothers. The hell's Two Brothers?
No, after they're done with Two Brothers, they will then.
Okay. I don't want to know.
What is that thing they did last night? That's can we get more information?
My finger is hovering over the block button right now. I'm not sure.
Well, we don't know where his finger's hovering.
That thing we talked about last night. That sounds great. We could do that after Two Brothers.
How do you know that doesn't mean just like some Tostino's pizza rolls or something?
Is there a TV show, Phil, called Two Brothers?
Yeah. What the hell is Two Brothers?
I mean, there's the Property Brothers, and there's two of them.
That might be it. That might be it. Women love them Property Brothers, you know.
It does get them hot and heated.
Yeah, and then that Zoe Deschanel girl from Elf, the girl who was on Elf.
New girl.
She's with one of them Property Brothers.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, she's with the ugly.
Wait a minute. You said she's the new girl.
Yeah, she's the old new girl.
On that TV show, The New Girl?
Oh, she was the new girl. Now she's an older girl. Yeah.
All right.
Just saying. Thanks for that. Just the tip. Screaming Eagle says, my apologies. I've missed many segments of this show. Did Randy ever try the Oreos and salsa?
No.
No, not yet.
I'm remote. I'm remote right now. I haven't had a chance to.
Yeah. One of these days we'll do it. But I'll be honest, after I tasted it, no big rush. No big rush. It wasn't that big a deal. But you definitely should try everything. Try everything once. I'm just saying. Good Cat says, Randy, when I have only 3 cigars left, I consider myself out of cigars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, the weather has been so wonderful lately. I've been going through cigars crazy. Now I broke into the damn box for the wedding, and now I'm feeling kind of guilty. And if it starts raining over here anytime soon, I will spark up another one of those cognac-soaked beauties that I have. They're in the tubes, by the way. They're all sealed in their tubes, and yes.
King of Kitten says Two Brothers is a pizza place. Well, that makes his text even kinkier, doesn't it? Hefty Lefty says there's a brewery in Scottsdale called Two Brothers. That's probably what that is. I'm sure they have
Here's
pizza.
where the marinara sauce goes.
Just Tip says, oh, sorry about that. That wasn't for you. Yeah, Two Brothers is our favorite pizza place. Thank God girlfriend doesn't listen to the show. I'd say most of your girlfriends do not listen to this show, or your wives. Good Cat says, Jeffrey, make the Guinness float for your wife. That way, if you maybe have a little taste, it's not a man card violation since it's not technically your dessert. I got to get on the phone with Chuck.
Yeah. Chuck Norris.
Does your wife like Guinness?
Yeah. Dark Guinness, but she enjoys a nice Guinness blonde. Yeah, Chuck Norris and I are going to mankind of a delicious dessert.
Well, that's what I mean. This is an R&D mission, and it does not go against your man card.
Yeah, but the other part of that, though, is just because something tastes good doesn't mean that it's allowed, as a man.
Well,
it still could
that's
be
what I'm
unmanly.
saying.
So,
Yeah, you will maintain your professional bearing. You'll taste this and you'll decide whether it's a frou-frou
I just want
or
to where it's worth the trouble of having the argument.
I see.
If it's garbage, then I'm just like, who gives a crap? It's horrible. Did somebody tell us they had that and it was good, or has it just been a suggestion this entire time?
I don't know.
Yeah, the people put beer in their Cheerios, Randy. Have you?
I put beer in Cookie Crisp, but I've never done the Cheerios.
Yeah, Beerios.
Oh yeah, when I was a single man. Yeah.
Wow.
I ran out of milk.
Moment.
I ran out of milk, and I had beer left in the fridge, and so there it goes. A Cookie Crisp. Yeah.
How was it?
Good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good. And I couldn't really tell
dog,
after.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I couldn't tell a little. I put whiskey in cereal before. I put whiskey in my oatmeal a few times. Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh no, ooh, that's interesting.
Mhm.
So you make the oatmeal. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'll eat oatmeal without milk. I don't pour milk in oatmeal. So you make the oatmeal and you pour a little whiskey and you mix it all up.
Oh yeah.
What kind of whiskey?
I don't remember what it was. It's been so long ago. Probably some
Yeah.
manly whiskey. Probably not Jack Daniels. It was probably, some Jameson or something.
Jack Daniels is like the Corona of whiskeys.
It's so commercialized anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, you give me something else to think about, but putting a little whiskey in my oatmeal. See, that's the thing. If it's okay for me to put my whiskey in some oatmeal or to put some like Bailey's in the hot chocolate, why is it wrong to put Guinness into the ice cream? I'm starting to come around on this, I think. I really got to think about this. Bruno Baller says, I think the Guinness float was brought up on Root Beer Float Day. Oh, and actually, that has come up before in the past, too. So, Kiss the Cook says, man, a bourbon and brown sugar oatmeal. That actually sounds good.
Yeah.
He says, the best thing to make for the wife is a double chocolate with a nice red wine float. I have no idea what that is, Kiss the Cook.
Double chocolate.
I'll have to look that up. Hefty Lefty says the gas station across from White Castle and Via di Ventura has Cookie Crisp crispy treats, and they are incredible.
Yeah, the Cookie Crisp, the original Cookie Crisp. Now, this was years and years ago when I was a single man. Years and years ago, I had a few at the old apartment there. I had a few beverages left, and the milk had gone bad.
I'm surprised Cookie Crisp is that old.
Oh yeah,
punch you
it's
right
old.
in the throat.
Yeah.
It's not that old.
It's aged.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for On This Date in Firing Phil. I'm sorry, I was thinking about other things I got to do. It is time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1942, a strange quirk in the Major League Baseball rules resulted in the suspension of the first game of a doubleheader in Cleveland due to darkness, but then allowed the Detroit Tigers to beat the Cleveland Indians in the nightcap 3-2. That's right, the scoreless opener was stopped in the 14th inning because Major League rules at the time stated games started in daylight could not be completed under artificial lights.
And yet they've evolved and they've allowed that to progress. Now you can't beat up baseball.
You really can beat up baseball for that because by 1942, electric power was throughout the entire country, probably for, 20 or more years. And lights were, no big deal, saying that you could not finish a game that started in the sun under lights never made any sense. It was one of the dumbest things ever. And the way they did the suspension of the game is just absolutely asinine. If you were standing there, it's like, well, wait, but the lights are on. We could still do that. I'm sure the players, the manager were like, this is the dumbest damn thing. And the umps are like, nope, we have to enforce these rules.
And as I've said, baseball has evolved on and has done the right thing.
Well, yeah, I guess with that, let's see what they do with others, huh? Hey, you want to spin the wheel? We can spin the wheel. I got some good stuff here for you. News flash, we're spinning the wheel.
How about we do breaking news?
So there's two things. No, damn it, three things. Three things. No, four. Four things I know Randy White loves. And of course, his wife is a given. That's not what I'm talking about.
That's top of the pyramid.
He loves Guy Fieri. He loves apple pie.
Yeah.
He loves hot dogs. He loves Field of Dreams.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So those four things together, Guy Fieri has come to the Field of Dreams. And he has said, I've created a masterpiece.
No! Say it's not so, Jeffco. I need to know this.
The apple pie hot dog.
Oh, my gosh.
That's right. The mayor of Flavortown has created an apple pie hot dog. He says, I can't wait to see the reaction from fans as they take their first bite of the apple pie hot dog. Features an all beef hot dog, apple pie filling, and Fieri's signature bacon jam enclosed in the flaky pie crust.
Oh my gosh! You gotta be kidding me!
It's also,
where can I get one?
Also topped with apple mustard drizzle, apple pie spice, and demerara sugar. Wow, that is something that we do need to try.
Yeah, I need one of those.
Well,
immediately, if not sooner.
You're gonna have to sort of do the home version because it's not like available out there. He's making them just for the Field of Dreams crowd, and I guess if it takes off, you might see it somewhere else. But I would take this information on this story right here, and I would try to make your own version. It's all you can do until Guy Fieri releases this out to the public, my friend.
You need to send me that, Jeffco.
I will absolutely do that.
I, for one, say this tastes horrible.
Oh, shut up, Phil. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. See you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Bye-bye.
With Amdro, you can enjoy your